It's Tiamat, and she's here for High Rollers D&D, everyone's favorite Dungeons and Dragons live action show. Chris Trott tried to throw me off because I said I'm always ready, and I am. Welcome, I'm Mark Sherlock Humes, your Dungeon Master for High Rollers. And we're welcome to High Rollers D&D, where we play Dungeons and Dragons with my good friends. Those good friends are these people.
Hi.
That's me.
I'm a good
We're going to go
friend.
with... Let's start with wacky order. Chris Trott as Lucius, he's down there. Then we're gonna go to Sentry. That's Rhiannon. Rhiannon's playing Sentry. Then it's Kim as Nova. Then Katie as Ayla, and then it's Tom as Keelek.
He did it. He said the right name.
He did it.
Oh my god.
3 years.
Holy shit. Episode 136.
136. Hey, welcome everybody. Before we jump into everything, I want to say very quick thank you to, I'm showing this off again. Thank you to WizKids for sending us Tiamat here. Like, I needed to show this off. I put a video up on Twitter, and I put pictures, but I needed people to see the scale of this.
It's so big. The size of that bitch.
Yeah.
She big, you know, she chonk, she heft, she's strong.
She thick.
Thank you very much, WizKids. This is literally mega awesome. Thank you for sending this. And they have sent us a bunch of other goodies, but I'm waiting till we're in the studio and we can take nice pictures of them all as well. But
Awesome. Amazing.
Thank you very much. Chris Trott is now going to tell you about our wonderful, beloved sponsor, D&D Beyond, while I go and put Tiamat back on my shelves.
Hey, while Mark is putting stuff back on his shelves, maybe you can add to your digital shelf by pre-ordering Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse on D&D Beyond. You can unlock a set of multiverse-inspired digital dice and other character sheet cosmetic bonuses that will be added when the book is live. Monsters of the Multiverse holds a truly monstrous volume of options for D&D players and dungeon masters alike. So for the players, that includes over 30 playable races. Monsters of the Multiverse brings all the game's setting agnostic races into one book and adds even more options for your next character created on D&D Beyond's Character Builder. There's an updated format that makes playable races relevant for any class on any world in the multiverse. That's pretty big. And then for Dungeon Masters, that's people like Mark. That's people like Kim. That's people like Ree.
You!
And that's people like you at home. Ree's doing campaign 3. Includes over 250 monsters to challenge your players and use in the D&D Beyond Encounters tool. Updates to the monsters include making spellcasters easier for dungeon masters to run, giving many monsters more damage and more resilience, improving organization of monster stats. A multiverse of lore includes updates to monsters lore that refocuses the stories on the D&D multiverse rather than on any particular world. So it's kind of tying the multiverse together and make it more cohesive.
Things like the monster manual kind of have the default of the Forgotten Realms as a setting, and like, yeah, a lot of people play in the Forgotten Realms, but then there's DMs like myself and many others who do homebrew worlds, and that a lot of that stuff you have to throw out the window because it's very Forgotten Realms specific. Maybe you want to do something different. Maybe beholders in your world are completely different to the beholders elsewhere, and so you know you want to kind of separate some of that lore and kind of give DMs a bones to work with rather than a fully fleshed out thing. Yeah, it's really good. I'm excited about this book actually because I think it's almost like a bit of a patch notes for D&D where they've taken a lot of monsters. There's a lot of monsters in D&D that either don't perform as well as they should or they perform way too good for what they're supposed to be a challenge for. And hopefully this book is going to do a lot of fixing for that and manage things like spellcasters. Makes it so much easier to run. Christ, having characters that are like, I've got nine levels of spells with 4 spell slots each, and then I can do all this other stuff, and you're just like, my brain.
Yeah, and obviously it can run it even easier using D&D Beyond. Use the search tool. There's 30 playable races. That's hard to flick through with your fingies. Who wants to do that with your phalanges? Do that.
I've got weak fingers too.
Clicking and searching in a good way. Smart way.
And you know how easy it is to get to D&D? You just click that link in chat or in the video description below. It takes you straight there. And not only that, but if you end up buying anything, if you get a subscription, if you buy one of the digital books, it says that High Rollers sent you. That's great, isn't it?
That is great. You don't even have to click. You could also tap on your, touch device. You could wink on your foveated rendered eye tracking VR device.
Yes.
You can also think, click, link with your Neuralink. So
yeah, that's it. D&D Beyond, go now. Cool. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Chris Trott. Thank
Yeah,
you,
you're welcome.
D&D Beyond. Tom Hazel, I think you've got a little something to tell us about, haven't you, Tom?
I do.
You've got a little something to tell us about.
Do you remember that time when High Rollers released some amazing merch and you missed out because you are a dum-dum and all of your friends got it and they were pointing at you and laughing and saying, you don't have the Quill plush? What?
Wait, what? The
idiot.
what?
You are excluded from our friendship group because we all have the Quill plush, our best friend in the entire world. And you had no opportunity to get back in there with your friends who are all really cool now. They're so cool because they have the Quill plush.
But
We're
Tom,
the coolest.
if it's that cool and that good, there'd surely be like a commercial for it if it was that good a product.
Nice segue.
Come in, Quill. This is the Storm Chaser.
Calling Birdie.
Kilakad Kalar.
Can you hear me?
Quill responding, I read you loud and clear.
Quill, Aerois needs your help.
On the way!
Quill Plushie! The world's greatest cleric is now the world's greatest toy. Quill has it all. Golden Messenger
I'll
Compass.
never lose my way.
Hesper's Gift. The Storm Eye.
Wow.
Spell slot burning action.
Hell yeah!
Dainty little chicken legs.
Well, hang on a second. That's pretty rude.
And best of all, this bird's got wings.
Clear skies to all of Aerois.
Not a flying toy. Get your Humping Quill Plush from an online store near you.
Available at A Plums Toy Barn and Fresh Marsh Co.
Wow, that's right, motherfuckers. It's back.
mother cluckers.
You can buy it on the 30th, Sunday, January 30th at 4 p.m. You can get yourself a Quill plush. There's going to be 500 of these bad boys. So don't miss out this time, you dang loser.
You dingle dangle.
Yeah, don't.
You dumb dumb.
Last one. Promise.
Last one.
the last time.
A Plumbus Toy Barn not restock the quill plush.
Also, from last time to this time is how long it took us to make more quills. So
Yeah, it's basically
lot.
we ordered as
In
many
May.
as we could straight away, and it's taken this long for
That's
us to
how
get them back.
high quality they are. Hand
Yeah.
stitched
Oh.
by
Hand-stitched, yeah.
200 master
Wow.
tailorers per
Yeah.
Yep.
quill plush.
Gurus
amazing.
that live on a mountain.
it took them longer to just, cut the other wing off. That's Yeah. what they were doing the whole time.
Yeah.
They made them all
Yeah.
wrong, and they had to cut a whole wing.
It's like the holes
I
of
do-
polos.
I love when we had conversations with the manufacturer and they're like, "Wait, you want one wing off? It's just
Yes.
one wing?"
Yeah, they
got
sent a
yes,
prototype,
cut them
and I
off.
was
Put
like,
a little cape
"It's
over it.
perfect." Except,
Stop judging
we
me and my
lose this
character
wing?
decisions.
no, it was just funny having
the
a
wing.
conversation with the merch supplier who sent this prototype of this bird, and we were like, "Okay, maim it."
Yep.
yeah.
And you can
Yes.
get those,
Get rid.
as Tom said, 30th on Sunday,
Wow.
4 p.m. from freshmerch.co. Go to the High Rollers collection, freshmerch.co. And while you're there, while you're picking up your quill plush, who's so reasonably priced, why not grab
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
a lovely little shirt or a hoodie or, a dice set or something?
Dice.
Why not? Treat yourself.
Save the shipping costs, you know?
Save
Get
it.
it all at
That's
once.
saving the planet. Get it all at once.
Get like 10 of each, because you never know.
Go for it.
Never know. So do that. Right, that's it. We're not
And,
going to
yeah,
plug any
they
more
are-
merch. Nope.
They are the
we
same
are.
exact quill as the first batch. For anyone who's wondering if there's any differences, they're the
Yes.
same one.
Yeah, exactly the same. Just a restock. So make sure you grab it. That's it. Oh, actually, there is. That's one thing to talk about. Go on, Kim. Show that off.
It
What
is
that?
here.
What's that book?
It's a giant
book, though?
tome, Our Pillars of Creation. This is the book that is going to become my best friend for the next however long it takes me to write 814 names in this immaculately. This is made by Umbra or Umbral Armory.
Umbra Armories.
Umbra Armory. And this is our tome that everybody who supported us during the fundraiser, everyone on Patreon, you're going to get your name. You're going in the book. This book, you're going in it. Smells of glue. Oh, yeah, that's good. It smells good.
Real leather,
It's
real
look, this
wood.
is
the
nice.
spine, solid wood spine. Listen
Yeah.
to that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is all made by a chap called Brian and Umbra Armories, who me and Trot, I've met him first at LARP. I've linked in Twitch chat is a link to their Facebook page where they do a lot of their business for commissions and stuff. Really great stuff. Makes really lovely leather items for things like LARP or cool books that you're going to write 800 names in. Very, very cool. And we'll get that. Kim's going to
800
get
plus.
cracking on that. Yeah. And thank you all for all your Patreon support and all the support with the fundraiser. No major office update or studio update just yet. Obviously, keep following Patreon, keep following Twitter. We will keep you posted about all that good stuff there. Right. Unless there's anything else that I've missed and forgotten to put in my notes, shall we just crack on?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Let's play the Dun-Duns.
Gamers.
Hello, and welcome back to Aerois.
Hi.
Our party's quest into the Feywild nears its end as they make their way into the city-state of Heartspire to confront the sorceress Mesmera to try and save their friend Thalia from a terrible curse. The awakened Dandelion Armador informed the party of the 3 rules Archfey Mesmera had placed upon Heartspire. The rule of grounding, preventing any creature from flying in the city. The rule of harming others is revisited 3 times upon the attacker. And the rule of property, creatures cannot destroy the property of another. Knowing this, the party began to head into the city itself, also learning that the Knights of Heartspire seem to be immune to these rules, as though they have been made exempt. With Lucius's clever use of his chromatic magic, the party bypassed the immense thorn wall that surrounds Heartspire and begin to explore inside as they travel towards the central area, with hopes of remaining undetected. Quill, under the effects of true sight, discerns that the knights here are actually glamoured devils and demons, and with other clues gathered from visions and analysing Thalia's curse, the party begins to suspect that an old enemy, Gratst, the Dark Prince of Desire, is somehow connected to all of this. As the party approach the inner wall of the city that protects the central spire, Nova attempts to use Tiangong to cast Pass Wall, but the spell seems to trigger an alarm, and the 2 Stone Gate Guardians attempt to engage the party, though slowed due to the party's careful tactics. Rosemeadow, Kyrie, and Big Cat are petrified by the Guardian's gaze, but the others manage to resist the effect. Quill, using Greater Restoration on Rosemeadow, whilst Ayla and Sentry handle the 2 large Guardians through several disguised knights, are en route to engage them. Nova, seeking a faster entry to the tower's upper floors, finds a clever way around the rule of grounding and uses reverse gravity to propel herself 100 feet up to the top floors. Now suspended there, whilst onrushing devils and the remaining Guardian fight below, Nova peers through a window into what appears to be Heartspire's throne room. And that is pretty much where we left off. That was a bit of a long recap, but a lot happened. A lot of a big setup as well.
Oh, Nova.
Oh.
Just dangling there.
And we are
Oscillating.
in
Oscillating
initiative
hard.
as we stand. Nova's turn literally just ended with her being propelled 100 feet up and slowly oscillating, bobbing up and down under the reverse gravity. Before we jump in, Ayla is going to be the first to take her turn, followed by Rosemeadow, then Sentry. But just to kind of like re-establish the visuals of where you are basically the tower is sort of in front of you. The inner wall is behind you, and you are in a semicircular space, kind of like a semicircular plaza around the spire itself. One Guardian, the Lion Guardian, has been destroyed and is now just a pile of rubble on the floor. I believe Ayla, Quill, and Lucius, I think, had moved 30 feet around that side of the room towards the main entrance into the tower. Whilst the others, so most of the NPCs, Sentry, are all about sort of 60 feet away from the entrance, sort of around halfway round the semicircle. Try and get this in your head. if there's any questions. Go on, Tom.
I was with the NPCs because I'm in the process of unpetrifying them.
That's
at the
right.
moment.
So
Yeah.
Quill's actually back with Sentry and the NPCs, and I think Ayla and Lucius then had moved off. I was trying to remember exactly who had moved where.
Isn't
So
Sentry
Ayla and
on
Lucius,
a Guardian right now?
she was, yes. So she was
Was.
hanging on to the Elk Guardian and fending it off, basically, which has moved up to engage everybody. You know that there are at least 2 Iranese devils who are flying in to basically, they've been alerted to the sounds of battle and they are flying in to engage everything that's going on as well. Who knows how many other devils might be en route as well. These are just the only 2 that you can see because they're flying up in the air. It's difficult to estimate, but maybe 2 or 3 rounds. You know, they are sort of like 30 seconds or less away, if at their current rate of flying. So there's only one Guardian. The Elk Guardian is still standing. It's about 60 feet away from Ayla and Lucius, about 30 feet away from Quill and the NPCs, and then Sentry is currently on that. And that is where we're picking up. If there's any questions or if you need a refresher on anything, just say. But Ayla, we jump in with you.
Okay. I think
You have
seeing
also
Nova,
all seen Nova, yeah.
yeah, seeing Nova propel herself into the sky, and that Quill is trying to unpetrify people. I think Ayla will just stop running, go, oh, for God's sake, turn around, run back towards Sentry and the Guardian, and not looking at the Guardian because I don't want to be petrified. I will attack it, please.
Okay.
with
What's
disadvantage.
your movement speed? It's 45, right?
45. Do I get
So
enough
you won't get there because
distance?
they're 60 feet away from you, so
Okay.
you'll be 15 feet short. But you could dash
In
as an
which
action.
case
You
it
could pull
won't
out your longbow. Take a shot with
do
that.
me any favors, so I will try and shoot it instead twice.
Yeah.
It's not
So, yeah,
going to
you
be
just-
fantastic, but
So you move up to Quill and the other 2, and
Um,
then as you're running, you kind of put the hammer away and you draw out your longbow and fire 2 shots.
I don't think that's going to hit, though. It's going to be a 16 to
remember
hit
these
for the
things.
first one.
Yeah, these things have an
and-
AC of 20. You remember that was established in the last.
No, I'm not going to hit with either of those. So
Okay.
I
The arrows just clink, clink
I get
off
closer.
zone armor. Cool. All right. So you just move as
That's it.
close as you can. Rose Meadow, on her turn, is having just been unpetrified, kind of blinks, looks at Quill confused, but she will turn around. She will grab Kyrie because she doesn't think that, like, because her instinct would be to save, like, the one who she sees as the most, like, sort of, like, innocent. So I think she would grab Kyrie, and she casts Greater Restoration on Kyrie as well. She can do
Nice.
that once
She
a
does
day.
have it.
She does have it. She can cast it.
Perfect.
She's only got the one though, and she
That
casts that,
helps.
and you watch as Kyrie's like stone. It breaks off of her feathers, and Rose Meadow like grabs her and is like basically like holding her. So if if you have to run away, because Rose Meadow can run away really quickly, she's got Kyrie, and she's like, "Oh, what are we doing, Quill? What are we doing? Whoa, what's happening?" And Kyrie's just like, "Where's Thalia? Thalia?" And like just panic is they're just basically freaking out. That's gonna be Rose Meadow's turn. She can't do anything else. She casts as an action. She's just going to ready herself. We go to Sentry.
Okay, I believe Sentry's currently slowed at the moment.
I believe so. Yes, you are currently slowed.
Cool. So I can only do one action at the moment. So I'm going to whip around and attack the Elk Guardian behind me, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll use
Yeah,
a
'cause I
level
think
one.
you'd
Divine
let
Smite.
go of the creature. So the other question
Yeah.
is, are you looking at it, Sentry? So you know that its
No.
eyes are glowing. So disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okie dokie. 25 on the
Okay,
first
roll
one and 26
God.
on the second.
Good God.
I mean,
Very
yeah.
nice.
As long as you beat the 20, you're all good.
Nice. Alrighty. So I'm just going to do standard attack with a level 1 Divine Smite, so 3d8 and a d12.
Swap some of my things around here.
21 to 28 total for the first attack.
28 points of damage. Sorry, I was just sorting out some stuff here.
That's alright.
So 28 points of damage. And remember, with slow, you only get to make one attack, unfortunately.
That'll be my turn then.
Yeah, so the Starbreaker kind of whoosh, smashes into the creature, and you carve a huge chunk of rock away from this Elk Guardian. But yeah,
Oh, do I
unfortunately,
need to make a
the
wisdom
magic
saving
still...
throw?
You do. At the end of your turn, wisdom saving throw to get away from the slow effect.
Means 18.
18 is enough, yeah. DC 17.
Yes.
So you managed to kind of shake off this slowing effect, just as sort of like you finish making the attack, it kind of breaks away from you.
beans.
Cool. Anything else, Sentry, on your turn?
No, that's me all done, I think. Yeah. I'm good.
That's meal. Cool. Thalia, you see Thalia's like, she's struggling to sort of breathe. Like she's definitely taking these deep breaths. She's clutching her arm. But she's kind of like looking up to where like Nova's gone and is just like probably like in a hoarse kind of like desperate voice. It's like, what are you doing? Is just going to call out. And then she's just going to basically move up to like Rose Meadow and the others and just try and take cover because she can't really fight at the moment because of the curse. That is beginning to take a greater hold. So the next person to go is the Guardian, the big stone elk, and it is going to. It wasn't affected by that. So yeah, it will Sentry. It will just try and slam its hooves down on you 3 times. It's just going to try and with its giant stone hooves slam down upon you. It's going to be a 19, which is a miss.
Doesn't hit.
Against Sentry. A 12, which is also a miss. And then a 15. So all 3 of these things come slamming down. But now that you're free of the slow, you raise your shield, and the ground cracks underneath you as each of these hooves slam into your armored form. But nothing gets through your defenses, and you don't take any damage. It's like the ground is just cracking underneath you from the force.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Keelek.
So I've still got my arcane eye up, I believe, so I can still take a look at this thing and communicate with others if its eyes dim again. But so it's
its eyes haven't stopped glowing now. Now that the other one's been destroyed, this one's eyes are just permanently glowing.
Okay. Well, I still want to use Greater Restoration on it's Big Cat, right? That's now still petrified.
Big Cat's the only one petrified, yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what the hell we do with Nova, but I will restore Big Cat from petrification. Okay. And
ow! You see the kind of does a big stretch, big stretch as the stone breaks away from Big Cat.
I know that he's cleverer
stretch.
than a standard cat, so I'll just say to him, "Don't look at the thing over there until I tell you to." Okay.
Well, yeah, he seems to Big Cat, yeah, because he is quite smart, but he didn't obviously know about this, petrification effect. Is now purposely looking away from it. It's not looking at it again. He's definitely learned. So,
cool. And yeah, that's my turn. And yeah, I'll keep the arcane eye floating around.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. Quill, you're probably the first one to notice this. The area where the Guardians first came from, which is like the main gate. Into this inner wall and then the main tower itself. The gate bursts open, and 2 of those, they look like, to everybody but Quill, they would look like centaurs. But to Quill, you saw them under the true sight, so the illusion is broken. They almost look like, they do have like these equine horse-like bodies, but then they have these demonic human forms, and their bodies are kind of covered in almost like a kind of rocky basalt. They have giant sort of like curved horns and very angry faces. I think you fought a couple of these guys before in Azagrat. But they basically burst in. It takes their whole turn. They don't get to do anything, but they basically arrive, and they are now at the tower's entrance. They're sort of like about to sort of charge into combat next round. The Aerois are
so they've gone
close.
from the outer wall charging towards the main entrance.
They have come in through the main gate into this kind of semicircular donut around the tower,
heading
and
towards
they've now moved. They've now moved in your direction. They've seen the Guardians
going around
the
corner, right around the curve.
Yes, they're coming round the curve of the corner. Exactly, that's exactly it, Troy. Yeah, they're coming round the corner, but that takes all of their movement, and they're now 60 feet, sort of like looking in your direction, like there they are. Kind of get them, basically.
Okay.
Lucius, and then Nova.
Mark, you're the best DM I've ever had. And
well, the flattery doesn't work. If the rules work, or if
it works every time.
Narratively cool, maybe. We'll see.
How far did Nova go? To
100 feet up. She's 100 feet in the air. That was the maximum distance of reverse gravity. It was 100 feet.
Now, Wall of Ice, right? Really good spell. Works in all the ways, especially the one I'm about to say. If I can, it's hard to visualize.
I see what you're going to try and do. No, I see. I think I know what you're going to do. You want to stack it like a column, right?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
I would like to have it come out the wall like a platform.
Yeah.
So horizontal instead of a vertical wall. So it's a 10-foot wide platform. And then it does a horizontal plane. Actually, no, it starts with a 45-degree ramp going up from the wall, and then the next 10.
Then.
Yeah, it's supported by the wall itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's going to flatten out and then go up another angle, flatten out, go up 10 times.
Oh, so you're basically creating
I'm making a ramp going around the tower up using a wall of ice.
So you can do 10 10-foot squares.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, in theory, I mean, I think what would
It's slippery.
I think if you do horizontal, if you do diagonal, horizontal, you won't have enough to reach Nova, because that would actually only go up. You'd only get 50 because each horizontal would half it, right? But what you could do is you could make a helter-skelter, like a slide going up the tower, and then the last section is basically just underneath Nova. You have it 2 diagonals directly underneath Nova, so it forms like a helter-skelter around.
You would allow that as benevolent DM.
Yeah. I think that would work, because if you do like a staircase, that horizontal plane is going to cut your height by 50%. But if you do all diagonal, that would reach the top of the tower.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you were going to grid it so that I know the diagonals are always longer, but in D&D they count as 10. But it's fine.
It's like a weird thing. But I think if you did the helter skelter, it would definitely work.
Lucius will
also
create...
that's very X-Men Iceman. like,
well, yeah.
Like I almost imagine Lucius holding his hands out and it carving it basically.
Yes, I will cast that.
Okay. All right, so Nova, you're kind of oscillating, and you watch as Lucius, both hands, this kind of stream of blue magic erupts from his hands, pulling sort of from the blue trees and grass of the Feywild around him, this chromatic magic. And yeah, this ice slide basically forms around the outer, edges of the tower, kind of being, next to the tower. And then underneath you, there is like a kind of diagonal, just barely enough to catch you. Now, there is still a chance you might slip off, because this is going to be going very quickly. But it's going to certainly help a lot.
I look at the creation. It worked. It worked, everybody. We need to play with this far more often.
No, I think that there's definitely some room. Like things like Wall of Ice, like you can definitely make it. Now, of course, that Wall of Ice can still be destroyed by rampaging devils and demons and things like that. So
I cast that.
And I will say this:
level 6.
If you do, if the slide gets destroyed low down, that will affect the integrity of it. Kind of Minecraft 7 Days to Die style, right? Like if they take out the supporting bottom bit, that will break for the top bits as well.
All right.
But we'll see. Yeah, very Frozone. I love it. Cool. Anything else, Lucius? That was your action. Movement wise, do you want to like rush back to like the group? Because you were a little bit ahead. You're actually a bit closer to these demons. As well.
Now that I've created something like that, I'm going to move towards the party with my 30 feet. Obviously, I'm not going to make it, but
you get to Quill and the NPCs. Yeah, you can get Sentry and Ayla are a little bit further ahead, but you can get to all the others.
I made a slippery slide with ice. Quill.
Well, okay. Are we meant to go up it? This is to get Nova down, right?
I wasn't thinking.
Okay, great.
I thought maybe we could go up, but maybe this is to help Nova get down as well, in case she falls.
You wouldn't have. I mean, going up. An ice staircase would have been very difficult.
They might need some ice shoes with spikes.
I'll try and find some.
Well, I think the most important turn of them all has come around, and I believe that Chris Trott has probably just ruined all of Kim's plans.
I would just like to point out that you called me out last week on this, Mark. I've spent all week thinking about what to do, came up with a brilliant idea, and now I've got this ice slide, and I'm like, should I use it or should I not?
Well, it is
Thanks, Trot.
your turn.
Thanks.
Lucius can't talk to Nova. We don't have a week to think about it.
Exactly. No, exactly.
How
you don't have a
safe
chance to
does
think
this?
about it.
How safe does this icy slidey look?
It's it's formed from elemental ice. It is rough. It's not like there's no barriers. There's no like railings. It is
It's
just
like 45-degree spiral as well.
It's like it's gonna be a dex saving throw or an acrobatics check. Actually, it'd be an acrobatic skill check to try.
I mean, the thing is, you
yourself
were going to
just
plummet
going
either way, right?
Yes,
Unless,
it
well,
will certainly
depending on
help.
what your
Say that.
idea was.
You
What was
say
your
that.
idea?
I'm the god of teleportation.
Yeah, the Arcane Gate. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, Kim, but you were thinking, because when you cast Arcane Gate, reverse gravity would drop.
Will drop,
Were you thinking
yeah.
of putting the arcane gate directly below you
No.
so that you would fall out of it? Okay.
No.
All right, interesting.
I was thinking of Misty stepping into the throne room
then
and
Arcane
then
Gate
casting
next turn.
Arcane Gate down. Obviously, it would take another
would
turn
still
because I
work.
can't cast 2 spells. But I feel bad because Trot's made this little slippy slide.
You do
But
what
it
you want.
also does look incredibly dangerous, and I'm kind of scared of it.
This was a Chris Trott like 5-minute thinking versus Kim weak thinking. So
But also,
Just
like,
swing it fly into
Nova,
the air.
Nova would
Like,
still, like,
you don't
why
know
would
your
you
plan.
pick something? Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
It was the safety net in case your plan didn't pan out, you know?
Yeah.
Have a
I just, but
safety
it's
net.
the Kim in me,
Definitely-
the
definitely
super,
safe.
the Mario 64 ice level with the penguins in me wants to go slippy slide on the very dangerous ice platform.
We need a way out.
it's
We have a
time
way
to
out.
embody Nova, who's never
Yeah.
played a Mario game.
True. What are you doing, Nova?
I
Nova
will,
Vija.
I will look down and I will shout, "Look for the portal!" And I'm gonna Misty Step into the throne room.
Okay. Great.
Lucius cries.
I'm sorry, Charles. I'm sorry. It has no edges.
What's Nova's passive perception? I just want to kind of
There we
get an
go.
idea of like how much would you look around before like being like distracted by like you're worrying about this arcane
By
gate you need to
brain.
conjure?
14. It's not great.
14. Yeah, you get like a very brief glimpse, right? You get a brief glimpse of the throne room. It appears to be a large hexagonal room. The first thing you notice is that the kind of segmented walls, which are in this hexagonal shape, you've kind of gone through one of these, like a small side window, and you appear about 30 feet inside the room. The hexagonal walls are like extremely polished. They're almost like mirrors, to the point where the central areas of each one are basically a mirror now. So it's like 6 mirrors all facing inwards. You see a large throne. The throne probably would have once been quite beautiful, but now it's there are soft red fabrics, gold filigree, but it's kind of covered in like black ash and soot and blast marks. You can see the soft red fabric has been torn and shredded at points. There is definitely dirt and grime that has kind of grown and not been cleaned around it. All around the room are large rose bushes with these thick briar thorns, similar to the wall that was conjured around the city. The roses on them are beautiful, full in bloom, but there are also these deadly razor-sharp looking vines. And the roses seem to constantly wilt their petals, which now just litter the floor. Like the floor is like, there are huge piles of like rose petals all over the floor, basically. But that's it. That's what Nova sees when you teleport in, and then you're immediately kind of like turning your vision back, like, I've got to conjure these portals, because you've got to look down, so you've got to stay next to these windows as well. So
Yeah, I
that
think
is...
she'd be focused on it. But 1 second, because that was my bonus action to cast Misty
Yes.
Step.
Yes.
I just wanted to check because as an action, I was either, I'm not sure. I think this is gonna depend on how you interpret this, but I wanted to activate. No, I don't think it will. Shroud of Shadow, which is you cast invisibility at will without expending a spell slot. But I think because I did,
still casting a
it's not.
spell. Still casting
Can
a spell,
I-
unfortunately.
Can I ready an action? Because I can do that, right? Because I still have an action. I've only used a bonus action, right?
Yes, as long as it's not casting a spell.
Yeah. So my action, my held action, I would like to hold a dodge, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if
sure, makes
anything
sense.
comes for me, I want to dodge.
Sure. Okay. Yep. Ayla.
He made that noise, guys. He made that noise.
Oh shit, it's me already. I got really wrapped up in that. Functioning. I will
Sentry after this, by the way. So Ayla, Rose
will
Meadow,
go-
Sentry.
approach the elk. I think I'm close enough now to get up to the elk with
Yeah. Easy.
so
Yeah,
I'm
Sentry's
looking
nearly
at-
finished it off, but you can kind of step in. Are you looking at it?
No.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Disadvantage on attack rolls.
But I am hitting with my hammer, so I have a better chance of hitting now. I rolled 2 18s, so plus 14.
That will hit. Yes.
That's
2
a hit.
18s with disadvantage. Fuck me.
19 damage on the hammer and 5 lightning damage.
The only thing, so you literally, as you slam the hammer into it and the lightning bursts out from you, you watch as the elk begins to crack and break apart. The only thing it can do is it can use its reaction. When it takes a second melee attack before its next turn, it can make an attack against you, and that's all it's going to do. And then it's going to die. 27 to hit.
Oh. Yep.
For 17 bludgeoning damage. So you're raging, so we half that to 8. So... Eight bludgeoning damage, and then it just crumbles. So Sentry Ayla kind of like runs up behind you, push one smash, the elk kind of crumbles, and you're now both sort of stood away. You do notice, the two of you, that now 90 feet back around towards the front entrance of the tower, you did hear the sounds of like enemies entering that half of the semicircle.
Okay.
So you still have your movement. You've got 30 feet of movement left, Ayla.
I think I just want to move to where Nova's shouted about a portal, so I'm going to move probably close to like where Quill is, which I think is not too far from me, because he seems to be clustered with a group of people, and Nova might cast it somewhere there. So I'll do that.
You can get exactly to Quill and Lucius. They're all, and the NPCs are all gathered in the center of this semicircle, basically. If you imagine you're at the bottom, sort of half of it, in the bottom run. Cool. Rose Meadow. Has Lucius, Quill, Ayla, you guys haven't taken really much damage, have you?
Nope. I've taken 50 something points of damage.
None.
Rose Meadow can only really heal multiple creatures. Could do.
Me and Sentry have taken a bit of a beating.
So what she'll do is Rose Meadow will hold an action, and when Sentry gets within range of her healing light, she will use her healing light ability. Sentry.
Nice. Yeah, Sentry will move back to where Quill and Ayla and Lucius have gone to.
You can get some hit points then.
Where's Nova? I heard a scream. Is she okay?
She's in the tower. Portal.
It was a confident shout, not a scream. Well, the first bit was a scream.
I liked it. The noise when she went up must have been like...
Yeah, that was a scream.
Yes, you also see this ice helter-skelter Sentry as well. Sentry and Ayla, you both get back 15 hit points as Rose Meadow uses her healing light ability. Yeah.
Could I hold an action? So if any of the guards come within 30 feet, can I cast Turn the Faithless on them?
You certainly can. You absolutely can. Cool.
I'll do that.
Love it.
Mark is like combat difficulty.
Listen, man, like, you know, it's one of those things.
You
like,
certainly can, Sentry. Yes.
You can definitely do that. And then in my head, I'm like, I hope at least one of them passes the save so they don't just completely waste everyone's time.
But the thing is it's still scary for us. We're like,
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I know it's scary for you. I know. So Thalia, you guys all see Thalia kind of like falls to one knee and she coughs and just like this black blood is like just splattered against the stone ground. And she looks up and she's like, it's getting pretty bad. And she's really ragged breath.
Can I pick her up?
Yeah, you can. You don't need to like fully pick her up, but like, yeah, you can get an arm under her shoulder and she like leans on you.
I'll do that.
She'll definitely like, you know, lean on you for sure. That thing is now dead. Keelik Adkala!
Instead of holding an action or anything like that, I want to just delay my entire turn for when this portal shows up. Wait, am I at the end of the initiative queue?
You're pretty close to the end, and you can't delay your whole turn. The only thing you can do in 5e is hold an action. But you could hold an action to move into the portal. That is like an old D&D thing. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Unit divinity.
Is Quill aware that a gate has even been created?
They were shouted. Yeah, Nova said that. Like, look out for the portal. Yeah. Nova definitely shouted.
Just making sure.
No, I love it.
26 perception, Lucius.
I can see through walls.
I can see everything.
I can hear through time.
So if you want to, Tom, you could hold an action to dash, and then that would be to move through the portal. Yep,
yeah, I'll
that
do
would
that
be your reaction.
Then, yeah.
So as soon as the portal arrives, you're gonna move through it. Is the idea?
I'm in. Yeah.
All right. Big Cat will basically ready himself and sees these enemies, and so sort of doesn't really understand the portal stuff, but will basically ready to make an attack if anything gets too close. And then yes, these two centaur-like demons. Who are about 60 feet away, but they move very, very quickly. Both of them come blazing in. Sentry, turn the Faithless. What do I do?
Okay, wisdom saving throw. You've got to pass a 16.
No. DC 16?
Yep.
It's not amazing.
That's a 6 for one.
Gonzo.
That's a natural 1 for the other one.
Oh.
Faithless sentry.
See ya. What does it
Get
do?
out of here.
Okay. On a failure, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So they just start
1
running away.
minute.
So basically, they spend their 60 feet of movement. They get within 30 feet of sentry. What does this look like? Does this like the Matrix glowing? Do you raise the
She just
lance?
side-eyes them.
Yeah, do you just like look at them? Do you just glare at them?
A sentry raises her shield, and then the combined glow of her matrix and the symbol of Solvin on her shield glow simultaneously, casting out like a golden beam in their direction.
Like the Nazgul and Gandalf, like as soon as they get within the light, these two things just buck and turn, and they go running. They're going to spend their action to dash because they have to basically move as far away from you as they possibly can. They just go right back the way they came, and they
Like
go
Grandpa Simpson.
running. Yeah, basically. You do still see the 2 Aerois that are flying through the air. They are about 1 turn away. They are 1 turn of movement away from being within range, and they don't look they look a lot stronger than these 2 centaurs that were rushing in. But yeah, the 2 Armonites, they're done. Skip over them. Lucius, Virion, Eloin, Elenasto.
Saying there's 2 on their way.
There's 2 Aeronis. They are 120 feet, like basically up in the air. They're 120 feet away from you guys. So 1 round of movement will get them to you.
Okay. Lucius is going to move near the rest of the party. Use the rest of his movement to like kind of stay close, sensing that they're all preparing to jump into a thing. He's going to hold an action to twin chromatic orbs at level 5 once these 2 are within range of 90 feet.
Once the Aeronis within 90 feet, you will cast Chromatic Orb as a held action. Okay. Great
At
stuff.
5th level.
Perfect. Nova Vija.
Hello, I would like to look out the gate and cast Arcane. The gate. I wanna make
You
the
look
gate.
down. You look down at your friends who are 100 feet below. You manage to just about get an angle. You swipe Tiangong in the air. A portal appears next to you, and a portal appears down by them. Quill, the portal appears. You're going to dive right through, right? That was
See
your
ya.
held action. All right. And, anything else on your turn, Nova? Because that's your action for Arcane Gate. Anything else?
I don't like the way you're asking me these questions. Yeah, I can't do nothing else. Can I angle it so the portal is like it's facing in? So its back is to the throne room
you
and it
imagine?
faces.
Yeah.
Just slam.
So it's facing straight out the window. So they go straight out the window and
Straight
down
out the
Lucius'
window, no.
helter skelter.
I know what Nova means because you can use the back of the portal as like cover, basically, can't you?
Yeah.
You're basically using
Yeah.
that.
Right.
All right.
One at the top
You
of the
do
helter
that.
skeleton, one at the bottom. We go forever.
You go forever. Could everybody but Kim and Tom mute and deafen for a second, and then I'll wave at you to get your attention back.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, or just like take your headphones off or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
don't
Okay,
know
it's
what it
getting
is.
cute up in here. So I'm not
nasty.
muted.
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
okay.
You guys can stay for the moment. So Quill, when you arrive in, because your passive perception is considerably higher, you notice the same thing of the features of the room. You see the hexagon, you see the mirrors, you see all the briar thorns and the roses, and then you notice that somebody was lurking behind the throne the entire time. And when you appear through the portal, she steps out, and you see, and you don't get to react because she's going to do something as she's stepping out, but I just want to physically describe it to you guys first, and then she's going to do something. You see a woman, you see who you can only assume is Mesmera herself. A young woman with a pale complexion and blue almond eyes. Her hair is pale blonde, near white, extremely long, trailing behind her like a dress. She wears a crown of black briar and red roses. And the dress looks to be pristine. It's got like a dazzling red sash, but then as it gets to her feet, it becomes black and dirty and tattered and torn. Her eyes look quite gaunt, and around her shoulders is a black cape with stitching in gold and silver, like a pair of hands gently holding the cape onto her. And it has 6 fingers. You see that the hands have 6 fingers each. And as she appears, she says out loud, Rescind the rule of grounding. Only citizens of Heartspire may move or speak in the throne room. The two of you are paralyzed and you cannot speak.
No!
Everything
We
is
need to
fine.
get Rhiannon's attention. We need to get Rhiannon's attention.
Come on back.
It's all fine.
You were like looking at your note. So
Yeah, the situation's
Ayla.
resolved. It's all the day
Shush.
saved. It's all the.
Ayla.
Is Hadar on our helter skelter?
So you see Quill jump in. What do you do?
I mean, Ayla's not going to know anything terrible and ominous that Mark would ask us to
No,
remove our
exactly.
headphones for has happened, so she'll go through
Right,
with
it
and
doesn't
she's
necessarily
holding
need
up
to be ominous.
Thalia.
It's just information. It's just information.
She's,
Yeah, you've got
she's
Thalia.
holding up Thalia, so she'll probably
Yeah,
Thalia's
Thalia's
going to end
like,
up
we need to
coming with-
go.
Yep.
You go in the portal?
Yep.
All right. Your turn ends. Rosemeadow jumps through the portal. Sentry.
Everybody ready to go through? I think Sentry will. Yeah, Sentry
Yes.
will go through.
Okay. You basically all jump through, and now I can reveal the same thing. As soon as you all arrive,
Do
you
I?
are. Your turn
'Cause I didn't
comes
hold an
before. You did hold an action, but your turn. Oh no, that would go. So yes, you do get to do your chromatic orbs if you want to do that now, Chris Trott. They will
mean,
fly
it's-
within range.
Is it just wasting time?
No. It's because these guys could still be involved somehow, so it's worth just keeping track on if they take damage. And also, you did ready it, so I mean, you can
29.
choose not to do it, but
For the first, I think
It's-
I'd want to deter them as much as I can.
Mhm.
And 30.
yeah, both of those hit. Fuck me.
Crikey.
And then, what type of damage is this?
Acid.
Okay,
Uh,
33.
that is 33, yeah.
Just 33 points of damage to both of them. So they fly in, and their whole movement is to reach you guys. They basically get within bow striking range. But yeah, they fly within 90 feet. You blast them with the chromatic orbs. In fact, actually, no, they don't have bows. They have like spears and lassos. So they come flying down. You blast them with the chromatic orb. That's the end of their turn. And then Lucius, your turn is next. And then it goes straight to Nova. Jump through the portal. All right.
Yeah.
When everybody comes through the portal, and this is the thing is, each of you would take your turn, and then your turn ends because as soon as you arrive in the throne room, you are paralyzed and you cannot speak. You just arrive and you just can't move. You are completely stuffed. All of you.
It's going really
And
well.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as you basically all just fall into a pile, and this woman in white, and I didn't describe her to the others, so I'll describe her to you now. She's young, she has a pale complexion. She's wearing this white dress that gets tattered and dirty and ruined near the bottom, and she has long pale blonde hair, so pale it's almost white, but there is a hint of straw color to it, and it's long. Her hair is as long as the dress. It like trails all the way down to the floor. She doesn't wear shoes. She has like a dazzling red sash and a crown of briar thorn and roses. She has no weapons, but she does have this black cape, which is sort of draped over her shoulders, and there is gold and silver stitching as if a pair of hands is holding it onto her, for her. And yeah, like those of you, probably not Ayla immediately, but Sentry and Lucius would definitely notice that there are 6 fingies on those hands, and it's holding the cape in place.
Mhm.
And she sees you all, and there is this kind of like barely contained rage, and you can still look, you can still think. So if any of you have messenger rings, you can still communicate with each other, but you cannot move, you cannot speak. And if there's anything you want to do, just let me know. But Quill, you're the first to notice, but everybody else does. These mirrored hexagons, so the room is like a hexagon, right? There are these 6 sides, and the surfaces of them are so brightly polished, they're like mirrors. 3 of the walls you see have reflections of Mesmera, but the reflections aren't copying her behavior. They're almost like independent images, like illusions of her. One of them is like crouched on the floor, like barely, like peeking from behind her eyes, and is shaking like she's terrified of something. One of them, she is just stood and looks just to be absolutely furious. She's like pacing up and down. She's like pointing towards the group of you. And then the last one is almost like a royal queen. Like she looks proud and confident and arrogant. And you begin to hear these reflections speaking to her. The scared one is just like, we need to kill them. We can't let them. They're going to hurt us. She's brought them here to kill us. She's brought them here to kill us like she wanted to long ago. And then the angry one is just like, we need to eke this out, make her suffer. Maybe we should kill them in front of her. And then the proud one is just like, we are a ruler. We have the power here. Let us show them what we can do. And then the actual Mesmera is just like, so you've decided to come, I see. Well, you and all your little assassins aren't going to kill me. No, you're never going to hurt me ever again. You're going to pay for what you've done, Thalia. And you can see Thalia, actually, out of all of you, Thalia can still move. And Thalia staggers, and she goes to draw one of her pistols out, and she points it towards Mesmera, like, let them go. And she's like really struggling to speak. And then Mesmera says, rescind the rule of harm. New rule. Time in the throne room flows faster. Every second is 1 hour. And you watch Thalia drop to her knees, and she like, it's like, oh, and she like coughs up blood, and she is struggling.
Whoa. Okay.
And she basically, you will watch as like Thalia, like the briar thorn is like rapidly crawling up onto her neck, and it begins to spread down. And yeah, Mesmera is just like, it will all be over soon. Everything you did will be repaid in kind. Nova. Go on, Sentry. If there's let's do everyone else first, and then I've got something I'm going to jump in. Sentry, go for it.
In this little pile of people that we are right now, are we all like touching?
I would say that, like, I don't know, let's roll a dice to see, like, because as you spilt out, there would be some force as you step through, so your bodies would go rigid, and then you'd fall to the side.
I guess it makes sense that me and Nova would be further away.
Yes, because you actually stepped through, and then this triggered. So Nova and Quill are still stood up, and they look like they're turning towards Mesmera, like they're frozen towards her, basically. I'd say it's like a 50-50% chance for each person. So we'll say, 49 or lower, you're touching somebody. So Lucius, you're not. Lucius, like, slid away or, like, bounced off you and Ayla. And then Ayla... Ayla is 100, wow. So Ayla, kind of, like, her force, like, she's just, like, she's maybe only a couple of, like, centimeters away, but you're not touching. Rose Meadow. Rose Meadow is not. Kyrie. Neither is Kyrie. You all obviously scattered as you landed.
We're like Skittles.
No. Yeah, literally, as you all spilt out, whether it was the force of the portal or just bad luck, like, you all... But it's like you are so close to touching. Like, your boot is, like, next to Rose Meadows, but you're not technically touching her. Things like that. So you're, like, all scattered.
I was wondering if a cleansing touch would work.
Does it have verbal, semantic, or anything like that?
No, it's just also a creature that you can touch.
You can touch, but it's also, being paralyzed means you can't take actions. Like, right now, you can't use abilities, basically. You can't, you can't move to do anything or channel your power. You can basically think. Anything that doesn't require, like, movement or speaking, you can do, really. But
can we try and resist it?
No, this seems to be just like the rule of grounding, like the archphase rules, just like the no flying. It's just she seems to have this control, and especially it seems here, like it seems that in this throne room, like she was able to, like she's accelerated time, like that is going on. We'll say only like a second or two has passed, like while we're figuring all these things out. Unless anybody else thinks anything else, I've got something for Nova.
I'm looking at all my spells. They're all verbal, semantic, and even then, like I know
they're all on action.
Yeah, they're all on
I'm
action.
just seething on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Like, you're powerless.
There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Nova, like in her head, like just as she sees this with Thalia. Well, first of all, she's kind of trying to shout at Thalia to put her gun down, but also like when she sees what happens to Thalia, she's just screaming inside her head, like every fiber of her being.
Something interrupts that screaming, a voice, and you all hear it. you all hear Tiangong say something. Where is it? Here it goes. You hear activating quantum cognosis space. And Nova, time seems to stop. Mesmera stops moving. Everything seems to stop. And everything seems to grow darker. And you find that you can move, but it's not your body. You can feel almost like an astral projection of yourself. Like you feel like yourself separated. And standing in front of you, and this is the first time we've seen it, so I'd like you to describe it, is humanoid Tiangong.
It's blue and gold and light and energy and filled with endless stars and nebulas swirling. There's a vague humanoid shape, male, female, androgynous, but it's there. And the eyes burn gold.
Nice. Nova Vija, I have accelerated our thinking and communication speed to allow instantaneous mental communication. Whilst this may give the appearance that time has slowed, I'm afraid that time is still functioning as normal, but it allows us to communicate at an accelerated rate. I have an idea.
Please. Anything. Stop this, please.
I understand that you care greatly for the being known as Thalia Whisperwind.
I do, but you know Tiangong, you know me better than anything. I can't hold anything
Indeed.
from you. You know that I value you more than Thalia.
Of course. I feel that our relationship has grown to an unusual circumstance, and whilst your feelings for Thalia Whisperwind are confusing and perhaps a little different, I do feel a great bond with you, and it is only through this great bond that I can present a possibility, a chance. I fear that if we do not do something, Thalia Whisperwind and perhaps ourselves will be eliminated in this space. As such, I have a proposal. Would you be interested in hearing it?
I am, but you know that if it puts you at risk, I'm going to say no.
My self-preservation is still intact, Nova Vija. I would not sacrifice myself unless it was absolutely necessary. Instead, I believe I have a way that could break this Archfey's rule, at least this temporary one.
Do it.
Do you wish to hear what it is?
I suppose I probably should, shouldn't I? Because otherwise it might have some probability that it all goes wrong, or it's something like, let's make a wish with Hadar. But I know you wouldn't do that. But I'm just babbling now. Could you please just tell me what you want to do?
We really must work on your ability to think problems through before acting on them. You are familiar that our relationship works as a symbiosis. I give you access to magical essence, and you draw magical energy from me to cast spells, correct?
Correct.
Up until now, this process has only been one way. I provide access, and you draw magic forcibly from my eternal being. I believe that I have a way to sort of reverse this process, to pour my knowledge and essence into your physical form. This would dramatically change the way that we currently function. You would no longer have access to many of the greater abilities involving teleportation magic that I present. But it would give you my martial prowess, as well as new, unusual abilities. More importantly, I believe that it would allow me to reconfigure our magical essence so that we are considered Archfey.
Would you still be you?
I am uncertain. I believe so, and I believe that you will still be you, but this will thin the barrier between us. It will be a greater level of symbiosis than we've experienced before.
Activate the procedure.
Very well. I should also note that I am hopeful that if we can master this process, it may be possible for us to save the other Tiangong as well. Very well.
You don't need a verbal answer from me. You know what I'm thinking.
I do. But I am grateful for this opportunity to converse. I should make it note. I should note this now. This Mesmera is haunted by the past and the future. She is enraged and afraid of it. These rules she has created to protect herself from the things she does not wish to face again. We will not be able to win this through a strength of arms. You will need to find a way to force her to change her rules to save Thalia. Strategize. Take what time you need. I will keep this process active as long as possible. But when we are finished, you will be different, as will I.
Thank you.
Of course. I know that I may be different to the other Tiangong now, but I do not know them. But I do know you. And with that, this golden blue space humanoid seems to rush forward. And Nova, you can go and switch to your other character sheet that we prepared.
What?
Oh, cool.
You have another character sheet ready to go.
She did.
For a while now.
Oh my god.
Kim and I
you
had some chats
downloaded-
about some stuff.
You downloaded that Windows update at the perfect time. Holy crap.
Spurred by circumstance. So Nova Vija, if you want to have a think, like take a moment, or if you want to ask me some questions, but like, yeah, like now that you feel, your form doesn't change, your physical form probably doesn't change. We'll save that for when you use certain abilities where you can do certain things. But your knowledge, your mind is definitely you have flashes of memories of things you don't remember, but now you do, like you were there. And there is knowledge. Fighting, you know, the myriad of eternal combat forms that Tiangong has mastered in their eons of time. And you are now a capable fighter with many unusual abilities. And you still obviously have some warlock powers as well. But more importantly, your mind flashes. And yeah, Tiangong was right. You know you cannot win this through force of arms. If she has the power to like affect time and to paralyze everybody, just trying to fight her is probably not going to win. But there is definitely something here. The traumas, the rules that she created, the rule of grounding to stop people flying, she lost her wings. The rule of harm, Thalia literally physically tortured her and hurt her. She created a rule to protect herself. The property destruction, Thalia destroyed her belongings and like took away her home, things like that. These are all rules created to protect her from traumas that she doesn't want to face. You need to find a way to try and break through these barriers and also make her change this rule to save Thalia. Otherwise, time's going to run out. This is a timed thing. If you don't save Thalia in time, she will die. And right now, you are the only one who can move. So we watch as like you blink and you suddenly realize you can move. Mesmera, though, is focused on Thalia, and she's sort of beginning to sort of rant and rave. You don't know what you did to me. How dare you? I'm going to make sure that you suffer for everything you've done. Like she's like launching into a tirade. What do you do?
So I presume my body cannot move, but Tiangong's...
No. You still can as well. Yeah, if you want to do that thing, you can do that thing. But you physically, you are now, Tiangong has adjusted your DNA, your magical essence, and you are basically now like unaffected by the rule as it stands. You've broken this rule.
So Nova, I guess, opens her eyes and sees this and starts to walk forward. And as she walks forward, almost this golden blue shadow trails out of her, like all this light and stars just pooling off of her. And it forms into a second version of her. But like I said, just androgynous, not clearly defined. It's still transparent with the stars through it. And together they walk forward as this echo pours from her.
Yeah, as Mesmera looks like she turns and is like panicked. You see this look of panic, like you've done something that you shouldn't be able to do. And she's like raising herself, like maybe to try and speak or do something, you don't know, but she's definitely reacting. And like time's passing, you know, you're trying to, like, this is all happening in a few seconds.
And I guess both the shadow, the echo, and Nova speak at the same time. And I don't know if Tiangong would still appear as a sword. I guess so. But if there's a weapon...
I mean, Tiangong prefers the form of a sword. Yeah, Tiangong prefers the form of a longsword, basically. That's
yeah. But we'll open up our hands. Please stop. Please, we are not here to hurt you. We don't want to hurt you.
Make a persuasion check.
It is a 9.
Okay. You see Mesmera's eyes go wide, and she looks, and in a panic, she will say, rescind the rule of holding. New rule. Only I may speak in the throne room. The rest of you can now all move. None of you can speak. And we're going to roll initiative, I think, here. And whilst this isn't a combat, I just want to track an order of like who's going and who's doing what and who's moving. Also, there is a map I can now place you guys on as well.
Okay, so it's a new initiative then.
Yes, this will be a brand new initiative for sure.
Okay.
And then
You
there is
characters rolling
a
garbage.
Let
me just
I was thinking of portenting it, but I don't know how in a paralyzed state. I mean, technically, it looks like I could have. I just don't know how I would be able to do that.
Do you want to? You can. I'd say you can do that because it can slightly change things. Because like her action's still going to be the same. She basically still rescinds it. But if you want to use one of your portents, I will let you. Because like
no,
it was a lot was happening at once.
I have no idea how, like with a flicker of the storm eye or something like that. It just doesn't really make sense to.
No, it does. I think what it would be is that like it's a flicker of the storm eye, and Nova would hear in her mind other words to say, and like she would speak those other words instead.
Okay, I mean, yeah, it feels a bit cheaty to do it way after the roll, but yeah, I definitely would have.
It's not, and you'll see why. You'll see why in a second.
I would have given her an 18 plus whatever her persuasion would have been.
So what's your persuasion, Nova?
Persuasion is +5.
Okay, I'm just kind of trying to spread everybody out to represent you guys not being near each other when you came out the portal. It's like maybe sort of like this.
Oh yeah, we were pretty spread out. Nowhere near touching distance.
So I think that the words get through, like the fact that you're not showing any violence, but there is this panic in Mesmera. She sees this happen, and she just covers her ears. She's just like, I don't want to hear it. And then she speaks out this new rule, like nobody may speak in the throne room except me. And yeah, and then we will jump into this. I think I can just do this manually because this isn't a combat. So let me just get a notepad up. Cool. And what that will, and I'll tell you what that looks like once we've rolled initiative, like what that success, why that thing was differently. So, Mesmera. So, Nova, what was your initiative?
9.
Lucius.
I had a whopping 14.
14. Ayla.
24.
4. Sentry.
I have
16.
advantage.
16. Quill.
Big boy initiative back at it again with a 7.
7.
I'm so slow with these days.
Thalia will just be 1.
So old.
It's automatically at 1. Rose Meadow.
Wait, is the time rule still a thing?
Yes, she has not rescinded the time rule, which is why this is art. Oh, you'll see why. Give me a second. Give me a second here, boy. Kyrie. Boy. Give me a second here, boy. Kyrie's not very good at 6. And Big Cat, finally. Jesus Christ, so many NPCs. My fault. Big Cat with a nice 18. Okay. And then Mesmera herself, she will go at 13.
Oh, okay. Pretty much in the middle.
Okay.
Love to see it.
Bit of out of game stuff, and it's don't think too hard. Like, it's okay for me to explain a game mechanic and you guys knowing that as your characters. Like, it's fine. Don't think too much about it. What this is it's sort of going to be a bit of a, like, I'm going to count your successes and your failures at either trying to convince Mesmera, or to basically try and get her to confront this thing that she's facing, but basically force her to give up the time rule that will save Thalia. If you don't do that in, I think I worked it out to be 4 rounds, Thalia dies, right? You have 4 rounds of each taking turns to try and get enough successes to convince Mesmera to give this up. Now, And Tiangong kind of says to all of you in your minds the same thing it said to Nova. Like, you cannot win this purely by like trying to kill her, right? It doesn't mean you can't like hit her. Maybe hitting her will do something, but what you need to do here is get her to change the rules and get her to confront these problems properly and not just basically take it out on Thalia, right? And that's it. And we are going to start with the best person to possibly start with. It's Ayla.
We're all gonna die. No, I think.
And as a
Ayla's
reminder
not
as well,
really...
the only thing I was going to remind you on is that the current rules in effect are the time rule, which is every second 6 hours pass, or an hour passes. Sorry, so every turn is 6 hours. Basically, that doesn't really affect anything you guys do. It is slowly killing Thalia is the idea. The next one is nobody but Mesmera can speak, so none of you can verbally communicate. And then the last one is still the rule of property. You cannot destroy anybody else's property. Those are the three things in place. Another bit of flavor as well is those reflections. As soon as Nova starts moving, the reflections are like screaming at like Mesmera, like kill her, or like no, she's gonna kill us, run away. Like the reflections are like echoing some of her thoughts and things like that. So Ayla, just ask questions.
Ayla's not going to know
well.
too much what to do, and so she's going to get up. Where are the mirrors in the room that have the reflections in them? Am I nearby?
Yes, I will.
One?
I will.
Oh, I see them. Hang on.
Flop
I see them.
those. Let me copy and paste Mesmera here, and I will put them as like enlarged tokens so you can see them.
Those are the mirrors.
One...
Okay, cool.
Yes, I'll color them a little bit differently. So we currently have one. If we have a sort of northeast, northwest, and then southwest are the three.
Oh, down there. Okay.
Yes. I'll tint them blue.
Can I move towards this one? And I just want to stand like so that I'm in front of it in regards to, I want to essentially block her sight to this mirror, stand in front of the mirror of where that figure is. And then
and
put
the
my
idea
hammer...
is that you're trying to stop it from being able to see her, kind of thing. Okay.
Trying to stop her from looking at that. Put my hammer on the ground and just hold up my hands and point at Nova and just hold my hands up at her.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna. It's not a direct success here, but I will say that like anything that Nova does, Nova can have advantage on because you're basically trying to divert attention. You're like not being threatening. So anything that whatever Nova does next has advantage on the check. All right. I'm also going to give these guys nameplates so you know which emotions are being shown as well. So the northeast is fear. The northwest is going to be pride. And then the southwest is going to be anger. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. So Ayla, you just kind of non-threatening. You stand in front of the mirror, trying to block it as best as you can. It is quite a large mirror. This reflection is quite large, but you put your hands up, you put your hammer on the ground, and you just direct your attention towards Nova. All right. Big Cat will just run to Thalia's side and just sort of like lays down and is kind of like whimpering, sort of like, you know, nursing like Thalia basically. Unfortunately, Big Cat's not going to be a huge help outside of combat. Sentry.
Sentry will like pull out a notebook that she bought a while ago, and she'll write in it, and then can she like scoot it along the floor towards Mesmera so she can read it? Just like throw the notebook across the floor.
Yeah, you can certainly try. I'm just trying to think what this would be. So I think that this would probably be. I think that like she would see it, but I'm trying to decide on how much she would actually want to read it. Because right now she just thinks that like she doesn't know what's going on. So make a persuasion check, but probably at disadvantage because you're having to write it down. You're like, you know, it's trying to get her attention to it, right?
5 is the lowest I got.
So yeah, the note's there, but like Mesmera just isn't looking at it. Like she's just like not paying attention to it. She draws the cloak, you know, around her, and she's now sort of like panicking, and she's looking like she's going to try and back away. Anything else on your turn, Sentry? Probably an action to scribble like a quick note.
Okay. I guess I'll follow Ayla's lead and start moving up towards one of the other mirrors. The one in the southeast I'll move up to.
Okay, sure. Towards anger.
30.
Lucius.
I'll move up.
Seeing Sentry move towards that mirror, he's going to move towards that mirror as well. So he only gets to there. He's going to look at Nova in her current form with the shadow, and just you can see the wide-eyed, like, mouth agape, just taking that all in. And then he looks at the tattered rug underneath, and he points at that, and then he points at the mirror behind it, and then does a throwing gesture.
Okay.
And he's going to go towards it, but obviously he can't reach that right now.
Okay, all right. So Lucius done?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Mesmera begins to back away towards the throne. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She just like backpedals, like just watching Thalia kind of like gasping and like struggling on the ground. And she looks towards like Ayla, who's like near the hammer, and she looks towards you guys at the rug. And she sees you all spreading out, and she's like dancing around between all of you. And she will say, she won't do anything just yet, actually. I think she's just literally going to back away for the time being. Nova Vija. Rose Meadow would go next. Finished sorting out my initiative order here. Rose Meadow is going to, with her horseshoes of speed that Sentry gave her, she is going to... She is going to... Oh, it's a verbal somatic. It is a verbal. Damn, she can't do that. That can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do any of those. She will... She will just move towards Thalia and sort of rest a hand on Thalia, and try and be there for Thalia, like unsure what to do, unable to speak, not really sure what to do on this one. So now we go to Nova.
So I don't know, this is I think probably down to DM's discretion, but
This whole thing is going to be very loosey-goosey.
There's an ability called Echo Avatar where I transfer my consciousness to my Echo, but I don't know if that would allow me to speak. Like, would that to speak through?
The rule is only she can speak in the throne room. The Echo is still, even though it's a magical thing, you would still be speaking.
Okay.
You guys, you'll need to think of something non-verbal you can do to, I don't know, make an appeal, but maybe it's also a case of like trying to get her to confront the things that have happened to her. Maybe it's not just a case of like speaking pretty words. Maybe this is a case of like messing with these mirrors. Maybe it's like trying to help her in some other physical way. Maybe it's showing her things that she doesn't want to see. Maybe it's doing things that she doesn't want to have done to her. You know, she needs to, maybe it's an element of confronting these traumas as well.
I don't want to go for mean options straight away. I think especially because Nova felt and saw what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she wants to go for like hurting her. Not like, you know, physically, but emotionally. Because I know there's something I would do if I wanted to be a real bitch about it. Nova and Tiangong, the Echo, will walk very slowly, still keeping a distance, but just like maybe 5-10 feet towards her, arms out, and then we'll both, as one, kneel down in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And using creation, I want to create roses. Just beautiful roses in front of her.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is
All
an
right.
ability that Tiangong has.
Yeah, it's an innate spell from the item, so it's not you don't need to speak to do it. Yeah, so you watch as like all of these beautiful roses, like you sweep the blade of Tiangong, or maybe just your hands in the echo, place your hands down, and all these beautiful roses begin to bloom, surrounding you and Thalia, and sort of lifting everything up. Is there anything? Is there like a particular motive, or are you just creating like beautiful flowers?
I think. I mean, I'm not going to say what I'm trying to communicate because I think that's down to
That's
like,
fine. You don't have to.
like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's very peaceful gestures, very slow
Peaceful
gestures.
gesture.
And if
Love it.
Mesmera looks at Nova's face, Nova is crying. Like she is just tears
Sure.
pouring from her face.
All right. That seems to definitely have an effect. Like the visual image of the rose, this is not what she was expecting. And she like looks around and she sees that you've cast a spell. She doesn't know how you've done it, but you've clearly used a spell to make these roses grow. And she will rescind the rule of speaking. New rule, only I can cast spells in the throne room. All of you can now speak. None of you can cast spells.
Oh, that's just as bad, actually, for me.
Well, I mean, maybe there are other things you can do.
Hello.
All right. Nova, anything else on your turn?
Can I speak? Like, can I?
It was your action to cast Passable, so not this round. But if
Yeah.
there was like any other bonus actions or anything, but you forced her to change a rule. So
No, I think that's it.
okay,
Just
Quill.
Nova's just holding her hands up.
that is.
pleading,
I will say
like-
that was one success. So currently, I will tell you that you have 2 successes in this challenge. But Quill,
Now, this cloak around her, this demonic, fiendish cloak.
well, it looks like a very pretty cloak. So it looks elegant. It looks very fashionable and glamorous. But you can see very clearly sketched these gold, silver threads of like almost like the image of hands. And to most eyes, it would look like it's holding the cape on her shoulders. You first of all see that it has 6 fingers. There's another interpretation, and that's these hands are.
Well, that's the thing, because during the duration of this non-speaking thing, I was planning for this turn and also not be able to cast any spells. And I was wondering about Arcane Abjuration. Now, obviously, it is not a fiend, right? But it is a extremely
You could try.
fiend-like cape. And I'm also wondering how much of this is actually controlling her, this cape itself, or is it, all the mirrors and everything around? I kind of want to try and separate the cape from her in some way.
Okay.
And I don't want
Do you have to
try
get
an arcane
closer?
inspiration. 30 feet I can do it with.
Yeah.
Any Fey or
Like-
fiend that can see or hear me within 30 feet. So
This is. I hope this isn't too much of a leading question, but are you flying, Quill, or are you moving? Because you can fly. You remember how to fly again. The rule of grounding's been lifted, so
No, that's the
you're
thing.
like, oh yeah, I can remember.
the rule of grounding, if you was to bring that back, I don't think would be a bad thing, really. And I kind of wanted to attempt to make the flying Birdman thing so much of a threat that she's like, right, I need to bring that rule back.
That would
and I-
force her to change that rule. Yeah.
And I do kind of want to do this while flying in an attempt to do 2 things. Either she brings back the rule or I separate her from the cape. And either's a victory in my
Sure.
my eyes.
All right, do 2 things for me then. Make an intimidation check with advantage for like trying to fly at her in this kind of like scary Birdman way. And then the other one is the abjuring. What do I have to do on that? Is that a saving throw or something?
Arcane Abjuration is a wisdom saving throw. And in terms of, I'm not flying at her, it's more I'm flying into the air to then
Make
cast
a big
this.
dramatic thing.
Yeah.
For it. Okay. And it's a wisdom saving throw normally for
Wisdom saving of 19,
19. Okay.
which is quite a lot, sure.
It is. So a couple of things happen. So give me an intimidation check with advantage. I just want to see what the result
Last
you get.
1, that's an 8 and a 17.
17. So a couple of things happen. So when you take to the air, like Mesmera immediately like looks away, and you hear the reflection of the terror reflection, just like, no, we don't want to remember, we don't want to remember. And then the anger one is like, how dare this thing fly? You're mocking me, you're mocking what she did to me. And you hear all of this thing, and she immediately is just like, rescind the rule of property, new rule, no creatures can fly in Heartspire, and you land on the ground.
The rule of property. Okay.
Yep. And then the cape, Quill, you reach out, and it isn't a spell, so it does kind of what you try and channel Hesper's magic. That thing is powerful, and it resists the attempt to be abjured, and instead you see it almost tighten its grip on Mesmera. Like, you see something powerful there. However, I will give you a success, because seeing you with wings has clearly triggered something, and it is causing, something in Mesmera to kind of unravel.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Kyrie goes next, and Kyrie, because you can speak again, just no casting spells. Kyrie rushes to Thalia, and she will say to Mesmera, I know that she did horrible things to you, and I can't begin to imagine what that was. All I can tell you is the things that she's done for me, and the way that she saved me. And Kyrie basically, kind of in the short time that she has, tells how Thalia, saved Kyrie, basically. Took her under her wing and looked after her and everything else. And Kyrie's just literally holding on to Thalia, just pouring out this story of like, please don't take her away from me. And that's one success. Thalia, however, starts getting worse. You see that like this rapid, 6 hours have passed, and like now the briar thorn is like crawled up her neck. She's like clutching her chest, like she's struggling to breathe, like her chest is in pain. And we go back to Ayla.
I'm gonna smash the mirror, Mark.
So which one did you move next to? You moved next to Fear, is that correct? The northwest mirror. Northeast mirror, sorry, northeast.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just pick up the hammer and swing it around and just...
You have to face this. We can help you, but you cannot be scared. We're here to help. Nova's made Quill able to fly again. We can help you. Just give us a chance. Slow this down.
You don't need to make an attack. You just need to move up to it and use your action to smash the mirror, Ayla, basically. So you rush up and, bringing the Howling Tempest into it. Cracks. The whole mirror shatters to pieces. And that is a success.
Amazing. Oh.
But as soon as you do it, she turns around and in a complete panic, Mesmera just is like, and you can see that like gone is this powerful archfey, and now you're just dealing with a very, very traumatized, very hurt woman. And when she sees the mirror, she's like, no, please don't rescind the rule of spellcasting, the rule of property, reinforce, no one may break anything that belongs to someone else. And that rule comes back into play, but you may now cast spells. So rule of grounding, rule of property, rule of time, a rule in effect. And we go to, and I appreciate, I'd like to try and get through this before we take a break. I know it means that we might, go a bit later, but I would like to kind of see this through. Sentry, basically.
Sentry will go up to the Mirror of Anger, and she'll take off her green cape and throw it over the mirror. And then she'll turn to Mesmera and say, don't let your anger blind you. We've come here to make things right. Please listen.
Okay. When you say that, make a persuasion check. With advantage, because you're covering up the anger mirror, actually. And that's like the cause of her not wanting to forgive.
19 and 21.
DC was 20, just a success. So Mesmera looks at you and she just says like, make things right. Make things right. Do you even understand? Do you even know? And she looks at Nova. She knows what she did. She saw everything. You can't tell me that you've come to make things right. How can she make things right? And she's like, you don't even know what she did. And she like pulls the cloak around her tighter when you say that. But something you say clearly got to her, because like the kind of that anger is gone and now it's just hurt. There's just pain there. And the behind the mirror, you don't hear that reflection speaking anymore. You don't hear it calling out to her. You don't hear her reflecting on it. Lucius.
Oh, God. I'm really far away from the final mirror. So Lucius is just going to say, let her speak, at least. You'll live and regret not knowing what you have done.
No. She just speaks lies and deceit, and maybe she's convinced all of you and this poor harpy that she's somebody good, but I know, I have seen her for centuries ruining people's lives. No, nobody else speaks. And she will rescind the rule of grounding and go on, Lucius.
Can I try and cast Dominate Monster before then?
You can. You cast the spell. Whatever power is in this place, maybe it's because she's an archfey, she is immune to being charmed, and she looks and she says, I knew it. You're just as manipulative as her, trying to get into my mind. That's going to cost you a success, I'm afraid.
Shit. Okay.
Eloin and Asto. Trying to control her mind in this state, yeah, that really angered her. Like, you can see that she turns, and she'll reinforce no more speaking for anybody that isn't her. No more speaks.
I mean,
but
if
you
it
can
worked,
fly.
That would have been incredible. That would have been amazing.
I mean, yeah, it could, yeah. But unfortunately, Archfey, immune to being charmed, and
I get it.
very much the antithesis of her thing. Rose Meadow. Rose Meadow will try and communicate to Lucius, Nova, and Quill. She points at her hands, she points at her mouth, and then she tries to touch her back. And then she makes like waving sounds. Make insight checks to see if you can figure out what Meadow's trying to say.
Who was that to? Sorry, Lucius. And Quill.
You, Nova, and Lucius.
Okay. I mean, I've got
Lucius
plus 11.
Like, what?
23.
All right, Quill. You get the sense, and yeah, anybody that got over a 15. Rosemeadow trying to say that if she can cast a spell, she thinks she can do something. Like, she wants to try something, but she needs to be able to cast a spell on Mesmera. And you get the sense that it's maybe like it's some sort of like healing or nature magic that she wants to try and do.
Wait, is the spells currently down? I thought it was just a speech.
She can't speak. Yeah, and this spell has a verbal component.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. So
every single one of my spells has a verbal component.
Yeah, and same with Rosemedow's as well. Like she like points, but she will gently move her way very slowly, hands up, but she will move towards Mesmera. Okay. We go to Nova Vija. No property destruction, no speaking.
I had a brilliant idea until the spell thing came into effect.
Well, if it doesn't have verbal components, you can cast it.
It was the speaking. I wanted to say something. I've got so many things to say, but I can't say any of them.
That's you almost like she doesn't want to hear them, so she's just not letting you. She's like, no, don't want to hear it. You're all liars. You're all a trick. I don't want to listen.
I'm gonna walk towards her, like right next to her. So I'm gonna go all the way up to her.
When you do that,
and
so you're the first person to get within 5 feet of her. She backs off and she immediately revokes the rule of speaking and says, no one can come within 20 feet of me, and you are thrown back 15 feet. But you can speak.
Thrown back 15 feet.
So you're about 20 feet. You have to stay 20 feet away from her. But you can speak now.
Which means I can cast a spell.
It does. But if it's spell where you have to be next to her or touch her.
I know. You know I know what she did to you. I feel it. I'm begging you. Have you seen your kingdom? Have you seen what you are doing to your fellow people?
I'm looking after these people. I'm protecting them from things like her that are out there.
Behind doors. They cower inside. Have you been outside?
She looks around like, no.
This demon. You wear his sign. He's in your heart.
There's no demon.
He is kidnapping your citizens and doing things to them. Cruel things. Please, if I can give you back one thing, let me. And I will start to cast Levitate, which I can do on her.
Okay. You're going to cast Levitate, not Fly.
Yes, because Fly, I have to touch her.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Levitate's an interesting one. Yeah, I think that, so, okay. Maybe, yeah, that would be a count. That's 2 successes. Good role play, and then giving her. So as she begins to lift in the air, she immediately is like, no, you can't give this back to me. She took it. You can't. This isn't real. You're lying. I'm helping those people. My knight is helping me. He's not a demon. And then she will basically, no more spell casting. And what was the other one that you did? No more speaking, no more flying, which she will put into effect.
So speaking, flying,
Does
and
that
time.
take away the aura around her?
Yes, that dispels the aura around her. Yes, so you can
No
get close
speaking
to her.
now. No.
No speaking, no flying. As she just dispelled, like, you clearly, like, again, you're striking these like weaknesses, these things that she's going to confront, and even like speaking about the citizens, you all get the sense that like there's part of her that believes you, but she also doesn't, right? Like, she like looks behind her and she she touches the cloak and she's like, no, my prince, my knight wouldn't hurt me that way. He was the one who helped me. He's the one who helped me punish her. And she's like muttering all of these things to you. Quill.
No speaking, no spells. No flying, sorry. That's frustrating, and I also have to get.
Is she still levitating though?
No, she would have come back to the ground. Because levitate is still like, technically it's not flying, but it's close enough to flying because it's a low level spell. I'm going to count it as flying, unlike reverse gravity, which is you just change gravity.
I cast True Sight about halfway into sneaking into the city properly. Do I still have it?
I think it would have gone by now, unfortunately, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you would definitely you spent longer than an hour getting through the city.
Fair enough. I mean, I think with my extremely limited options in spellcasting and whatever else, and speaking, I think I'm gonna have to attempt this this cape again, even though it's exceptionally strong.
I will tell you that if you try that Abjure effect again, it's not going to work. Like, you can't use the same effect twice. You could try and physically take it off of her. Like, she rescinded the rule that prevents you getting closer. Like, you could literally try and, like, rip it from her.
I don't think I have the strength for that. The
other thing as well is, like, maybe you could set it up to help Ayla. Like, you could try and be like, I'm going to ready an action that when Ayla tries to, like, grab this thing, I'm going to, like, leap in to try and help her or something.
Yeah, I think if I look at Ayla and that looks like some form of plan through insight, then I
mean,
will.
you could probably see me like gearing up to fucking charge.
Like,
as soon as she
sneaking up
changed that rule, I was like,
in that case, I'll attempt to help with the removal. I think that is my main priority at the moment. Exorcise her of that demon on her back.
Okay. All right. We go to Kyrie is just gonna keep talking to her. She can't get you any more successes. She's like a free success. Kyrie's just like, please. No, because there's no speaking allowed. Kyrie will basically just like start helping Thalia up. Like, she's gonna start trying to drag Thalia closer and closer to her. She basically carries her about 15 feet. Thalia's like trying to get closer to Mesmera.
The time one is stopped, right?
No. That's the one she has never changed. That's the one that she's keeping in place. And she probably says something along the lines of like, it doesn't matter what all you say. She's going to run out of time soon. Soon she'll pay for everything that she's done. Ayla, this is
I'm gonna
round
rage.
3, by the way. Okay.
I'm gonna rage. and I'm going
Lightning.
to fucking run at her and try and rip the cape from her shoulders.
Give me an athletics check with advantage because Quill sweeps in. He like rushes forward and like tackles her, trying to like grab this cape off of her.
19 plus 12.
You rip in, you grab the cape, and you feel the hands tighten. And it's not. So what was the total? 20 something?
19 plus 4, 12. 19 plus 12, so
31.
31.
31, yeah.
You're not opposing her strength on this. You feel
No, I know.
something else holding on, but you are stronger. And with Quill's help, you grab the cape, and she's put like she starts speaking, and then you pull the cape free. She's going to use the momentum. She actually kind of scrambles away from you, and she will rescind the rule of speaking. Gravity in the throne room is 5 times heavier for everyone but me. And you all feel this crushing weight just like slam onto your shoulders, and you're like, you can barely move. Like, you guys have all of your movement speed is reduced to 10 feet as you just like sink down into the ground.
I think, do I also get to say anything? I just wanted, when I took the cape off, just be like, he was literally strangling you. He's strangling you and your people.
Oh, he was comforting me. He's always been there for me. You don't understand.
Wake
you
up,
weren't here.
Mesmera.
All right. Sentry. Your speed is currently 10 feet. You can only, if you were going to make attacks, you can only make one. You're basically under a slow spell while the gravity is pressing down on you.
Okay. I'm just going to call out to Mesmera. Listen to them, please. Listen to what they have to say.
Yeah. That's just going to be a persuasion check without anything more specific or intense. It's getting harder. These persuasion checks are getting harder and harder. 22. 22 is not going to be enough. You guys have like used a lot of persuasion, and you're like not saying anything that's really kind of addressing the problem. So like you're speaking to her, but like these calls, these pleas are currently falling on deaf ears. And you see that one remaining reflection is still speaking to her this whole time, just like, these people are beneath you, Mesmera. They're serving her because they've been manipulated. You're the only one. You understand the truth. It's like, complimenting and flattering her and convincing her that she's right. Anything else, Sentry?
I'll Misty step 30 feet into the room.
Okay.
Try and get a little closer to that mirror.
Okay. It's going to be the one at a diagonal, so if you want to, you'd go more sort of like there, next to Rose Meadow, because it's the one in the northwest.
Northwest, okay.
Is the remaining one, yeah. Okay. All right, that's Sentry's go. Lucius.
Spellcasting disabled right now?
No, you can speak, you can cast spells, but your movement speed is 10 feet, and you can't fly. Are the current rules in effect.
So close. It's so far. Do I have...
I will say...
Spell? No.
You're currently at 8 successes. I'm not going to tell you how many you need, but you've got 8 total currently.
Lucius is going to do his old faithful, and he's going to twin chromatic orb and hit both the mirrors that are still remaining.
Well, the one mirror has Sentry's green cloak over it. It's been, the anger one has been covered by Sentry's cape. You can still hit it, so it would destroy it. So if that cape was become loose, you could still destroy it.
But it's been quietened, right? So I don't.
It has been quietened.
I need to shoot a chromatic orb at Sentry's cape.
I don't want you to waste sorcery points.
In which case, can I twin it at the evil cape that's on the floor? Like I'm reaching out with my hand with the gravity affecting it, and one hits like the mirror, shaking. And one hits.
Yeah, make 2 attack rolls for me, because like there is a chance that the spell on the cape might miss. And then something happens with the mirror.
So 23.
Okay.
The first one. And then...
We'll say that's the mirror.
I'm going to use a seeking spell. Seeking font of magic. Sorcery points to re-roll the second one. That's a natural one!
Oh, no.
The cape seems to almost come alive, and it pulls itself out of the way of the blast. The chromatic orb that heads for the mirror, it's about to impact into the mirror, and the reflection's hand comes out of the mirror and stops it, and just grips it, and you watch as it explodes into acid over the mirror. And then you watch as the reflection looks at its hand, shakes its head, puts its hands on the outside of the mirror and begins pulling itself through.
Oh God!
Ah!
Mesmera looks utterly confused. She doesn't change any rules because she's so stunned by she's looking at this mirror. She's looking at what all of you are doing. Rose Meadow, even though her movement speed is only 10 feet, the horseshoes actually double it, so she can go 20. Rose Meadow, under this crushing weight of gravity, takes what few steps that she can, manages to basically just reach Mesmera, who's turned around, and she can now see. But I forgot to mention this, by the way, when the cape was pulled free, there are these stumps of wings. There are these wings that have been burnt and torn and shredded, almost like an angel's wings that have been completely ripped off. And Rose Meadow puts her hand on the back and she begins casting Regenerate. And you watch as the bones and the feathers slowly start mending. But Rose Meadow will call out I have to concentrate. This takes a long time. Please let me help you. You see, but that does seem to stun Mesmera significantly. She gasps audibly and she looks around. What are you doing? And then you can see the wings slowly beginning to reform. That counted as 2 successes, by the way. Nova.
Would the gravity affect the movement of Tiangong, of the Echo?
Yeah, it still technically counts as a creature, unfortunately. We haven't put your Echo down. I should probably
Yeah.
a jewel.
If my Echo could walk towards Thalia, if Tiangong goes towards... I think for purposes of going forward,
10.
if I say Tiangong, I mean Echo.
Tiangong, Echo, yeah. You mean the Echo of yourself, yeah. Yeah, it can get to Thalia,
Go towards Thalia.
Thalia is reaching out, and you barely hear this word want to speak. Pain. She wants to speak, but she can't because this curse is this. As long as this time curse is in effect, this time rule, she can't speak. She's so overwhelmed by pain. She wants to desperately, she can see on her face. Thalia is desperate to speak.
Can I use Tiangong's ability to dimension door and teleport myself to next to Mesmera?
Yes.
And
you appear
as I reappear,
a flash. Yes.
I'm going to take my armor plate off.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say, she took from you. I know she did. So direct your anger at me. Attack me. Take your anger out on me, and I will not stop you. But please stop. Let her speak.
She will look at you,
and
you can see at this point Mesmera's just tears in her eyes. She's I don't want to hurt you. I just want her to get what she deserves. You saw what she did. You're not to blame. She's manipulated you. She's tricked you just like she did me. She was my closest friend, and she turned on me, and she took everything from me. And she's just weeping, probably leans into you at this point, right? The Mesmera literally collapses into you and is sobbing into you as well.
I'll hold her. I was going to say I'll hold her and just hold her.
Sure. That will count as a success. It's 11 successes. Quill.
So I can move a little bit.
10 feet of movement. Can't fly.
Okay.
10 feet of movement. You are being crushed by gravity. And it's if this carries on, it will start hurting. If this continues on for much longer. But you're not sure Thalia's got much time.
Do I have a slot? I do. Do I have the ingredients? Shit. I didn't check that. I do! I would like to cast True Sight on Mesmera and I will say
Yeah.
to look at the cape. We're trying to help you, save you from these demons.
Sure.
And are there any Aerois outside, like the window or something?
Not out the
No, but
window,
mirror's
but
alive.
it's weird. Like, yeah, the mirror. Something is coming out of that mirror. By the way,
I know
like,
there is
you
that,
guys
yeah,
have seen
but-
the Aerois. Now it's a good question you've asked that. You can't. They're not at the window. Quill, with you hear fighting. You hear someone or something fighting just outside this room. As in, like, there is a combat happening just beyond this central area.
Amador.
Okay.
It's Armador. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's the 4 hit point dandelion.
Well, if it would be if there was like the guards outside, like flying up, and then she looks at them and sees they're actually fucking demons. But yes, I will
Yeah.
cast True Sight on her, and I have one.
You wanted to look at the
cast
cape
of
or
this
the
now.
mirror?
I mean, I don't know what the mirror is going to be.
The cape won't. Well, the cape will probably just show magical aura. It won't actually like show like a corrupting influence or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at this reflection of herself and yeah, True Sight, so she can see what things really are around her.
Sure. She looks up, like you cast a spell, and as you get the sense that she's about to initiate a new rule. Like you get the sense that she's going to stop people spellcasting. And she looks up, and then her eyes go wide, and because she's looking in the direction of you and the mirror, and she's like, "You're not my knight." And then you all look at the mirror, and you see that the reflection of Mesmera, this kind of pretty maiden, as it pulls itself free, the illusion begins to fall away like ash coming away from a fire, leaving black skin, the 6-fingered hands stretch around the frame, and a tall, 9 feet tall, onyx, like rock onyx skinned humanoid with perfect grey hair, chiseled body, golden eyes, steps through it. Well, isn't this a wonderful reunion? And now we will take a break.
Oh boy.
A real quick 5-minute break. And yeah, like you will see this. The illusion fades. This is Graz.
Hey, how does he look at us though? How does he look at me and Lucius and Thalia? Huh? What does he think?
He seems pretty happy. He seems like a happy chappy.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. All right. Real quick break.
Oh,
Get a drink.
real quick break. Real quick.
Real quick.
Real.
And I will read through some donations and try and chill out for a bit. Just relax, everyone.
Chill out, Tom.
Relax. Calm down for a second. Just calm down.
Everything's going to be.
Everything's going to be just right. Great. I meant great. Hey, we had some donations before we began the stream. We had one from Lauren384 that said, "Hey, from Australia, I turned 18 today, so happy birthday for yesterday. So I thought I'd spend some of my birthday money on you guys. Thank you. I've been watching High Rollers for over 3 years now, and I'm so glad that I do because it's literally changed my life. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you. Thank you very much. And happy birthday. Happy 18th birthday yesterday. Amazing. Also, before the stream began, we had, Jesus Christ, a double hundo from Cloud Engine. My God. Holy crap. A double hundo from Cloud Engine. This is 2 donations of 100. Oh my God. Just caught up, and I have to say, Amador is amazing. Well, don't worry, he's fighting outside. Especially the voice effects, as were Lucius's and Trot's reactions and interactions. I could watch Ree lose her shit over it on loop for hours. Tom, happy 3000th birthday. Thank you. And happy 6th for High Rollers. Also, happy belated birthday to Kim. You are special even if the crew doesn't acknowledge your birthday. We acknowledged it. We just weren't able to do anything for it. Katie, keep being the voice of reason with these idiots, and Mark, keep encouraging the idiocy. You are all international treasures. Clear skies from
Oh.
Seattle.
Oh.
Well, I mean, amazing. Thank you very much. That was a double hundo, by the way, before we even began, Mark. Thank you very much.
Wowee.
Cloud
Thank you very
Engine.
much.
Natalie June Hawthorne with 2 donations totaling $50 dues, a half hundo. Hello, Tom. It's me, your mortal enemy. Last week, I started a new campaign inspired by Strixhaven, Fantasy High, and Magic and Misfits, where the players are students at adventurers academies in the distant future of my current setting, starting at level 1. Tomorrow shall be their first challenge. And meanwhile, 10,000 years in the past, the Non-Stop Sunshine crew are preparing to climb Mount Celestia so they can jump off and land at the bottom of the Nine Hells and steal 2 contracts from Asmodeus. Good God. Thank you very much, Natalie June Hawthorne. What will they get up to next, huh? Loopy120 has donated with, after being over a year behind on Aerois, I got a job at my LGS this past summer and have been listening to the podcast while sorting Magic cards. And today, the first day in years, I've caught up and able to watch you guys live.
Hey.
Welcome, Loopy120. I'm going to get a very quick drink.
Yeah. And get back to
a
it.
sec. I'll read the rest of the end.
Shit.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. And thank you, D&D Beyond, who sponsor our show, our little lovely show. They sponsor it. You can pre-order Monsters of the Multiverse right now. You can go and pre-order that on D&D Beyond. And if you use the link in chat or in the video description, that tells them that we sent you. And that's great for us. So you should do that because you get how many subclasses and races is it? It's like 30 races. 30 races, Chris Trout, all revised, all reworded and like relawed, ready to be used in any D&D campaign you can imagine. Wow, look at that cover. That's Mordenkainen riding a Kirin against an astral dreadnought. That's pretty cool.
Kirin. Best
Kirin.
mythological monster. Best.
Pretty
Hands
dope.
down. Yep.
Pretty
I
dope.
may be biased,
So
but
you should go and do that. Yeah. I mean, I think that's, it's permissible. That is permissible. Chris Trots eat. What you got there? Biscuits, crisps?
Chocky.
Pointing. Oh, there we go.
the
Quill
thing.
back. Don't
The bird
forget,
thing.
you can get the Burb. He's back on the 30th. That's next Sunday? Yes. Next Sunday. You can
Yes.
pre-order him 4 p.m. onwards from freshmerch.co. High Rollers collection. We've got 500 of these bad boys, so if you missed him the first time, don't miss him again, you silly sausage. You don't want to be a fool, do you? Get yourself a quill. We got biscuits.
Don't be a
What's-
fool.
Look at these 2 snackers. Fucking
Be all
Chris
cool.
Trot with his roasted
I ate
chicken
all my
crisps.
snacks off screen. Like,
And eating minstrels. Every break,
I have
every
snacks
break,
here,
they're
but
like,
I'm not going to eat them.
no. That's the correct
I had
response.
peanut cookies. They were good. Good peanut cookies.
No, this is special Quill. He doesn't need to be updated for his win because this is special Hug Me Quill. It's a special toy. Go watch
Yeah,
our
it was
Christmas special
cool,
where
man.
we introduced him.
When was
And he's
last year's?
special.
Not this year's. Last year's.
Not this year, last year's. Yeah, it was cute.
2020.
It'll make sense if you watch that.
I mean, it makes
Hug
sense
me
anyway.
Quill.
'cause
He
he's
comes.
just-
It's
he's
a
cute.
little hug me Quill.
Quaddle me Quill. And this is the longest quick drink that Tom has ever got. I've got to fill this time. How's he do it? Everyone else is just eating food. I'm just waggling my cord, just trying to keep the ADHD at bay. What am I supposed to do? I can't read stuff. This is well, you won't like it because it's a Critical Role top. I'm advertising another company's merch, but it's the Hello Bees. Hello Bees. Look, it's cute. It's got a little jester. Hello Bees. Ooh,
My
cute.
sweatshirt is a Gilmore Girls reference.
Nice.
It's a
nice.
dragonfly in.
Is that a Gilmore Girls thing?
Mine's
Sounds like it should be a fantasy thing.
mythological lions of East and Southeast Asia.
That's
I
pretty
have
cool.
a dinosaur.
Right.
Boom.
We're just showing off all of
They're
our
all
shirts.
Ah,
Hey.
Tom's on brand.
See,
Tom's on
doing it.
brand.
Tom's
He's
doing high
got
rolls.
the
guys.
best
Good job.
t-shirt.
Right.
There you go.
Tom's back. I don't want to waste more time. I want to get into it.
Let's go.
So,
Let's go gamers.
yeah, after desperately knowing that time is ticking out, you have been desperately trying to convince Mesmera to give up this path of vengeance, to give Thalia at least a chance to speak, and overcoming her powerful rules that she seems to be able to sort of enforce on the space. clearly not a woman who seeks to do you any harm. At any point, she could have probably used these opportunities to attack you or cause harm, but instead simply trying to overcome her pain and her suffering. But as part of this, you attempted, or Lucius attempted, to destroy a mirror that had a deceitful reflection upon it. However, in attempting to do so, you have revealed its true nature as an actual portal that leads to the demon prince Gratz, who now emerges from this place. Mesmera, having true sight blessed upon her, sees Gratz for the first time, not just bypassing the illusion, but seeing the malevolence, seeing the grotesque magic, the aura, these horrible intentions of Gratz. And she's stunned, completely taken back by this sudden presence. And you get the sense that she is about to speak. She is about to initiate a command. Gratz holds up his hand, and you see a finger on one of his six rings glows, and Mesmera vanishes. All rules stop.
Oh,
all the rules that Mesmera placed stop. But Gratz emerges from the mirror.
I mean, yeah, I say, oh, good. Bad trade. Terrible trade, probably.
There he is.
Yeah, can we have the sad
I
bit
would
on
like
that, please?
Mesmera back, please.
Well,
Gratz
the rules on that.
looks. It's like, well, isn't this a delightful reunion? It's strange how it all leads back to here. I love this city. The heart's desire. A city built on desire and lust. The perfect place for the Prince of Pleasure. I've been here many years. Dear Thalia, you didn't even realize what was at work, did you? You see Thalia, she is now, the curse has rapidly spread. I mean, she still doesn't have long, but she's no longer in, desperate pain, and she manages to mutter kind of you fucking bastard. There's no way you've been behind this the whole time. How could you? Why would you... The ring, the game, what was it all for? Gratz just says, my dear, you were so thoroughly wicked. You were basically born evil here, raised on privilege and vanity. Your soul was as good as mine from the day you started debasing and indulging yourself. But you know what's sweeter? The greatest prize for any archdevil or demon prince. A corrupted soul. A pure soul turned to wickedness. And who enters the stage but dear sweet Mesmera? And as soon as you started treating that poor girl so poorly, I knew I had a golden opportunity. I delighted in watching her curse you and see all your suffering. But then you had to go and spoil it all. I started hearing rumors that you were doing good, saving harpies and imps and all sorts of good deeds. I began to worry about my investment. So I started putting rumors out there about a ring that grants wishes. Because I knew that you'd come for it. You'd wish away your curse. And then, oh dear, poor Thalia would die, and your soul would be mine. So would Mesmera's. She was the one who killed you in the end. But then you, and he looks at the five of you, you all had to get involved and spoil my fun. Well, it's time for me to have some fun. He holds out a hand, and a curved, wave-bladed greatsword, a flamberge, appears in his hand. I'm going to enjoy this. We're going to go into initiative.
I guess we've stood up now, right? After the gravity is gone.
Yes. You have all stood up. Mesmera is technically not there. All rules are negated. No rules are currently in play.
Okay.
For the sake of purposes, Rosemeadow is just going to run to Thalia. She's going to run and gather Kyrie, and they are going to fucking get the hell out of this room. Rosemeadow is like, I know what this thing. I don't know what this thing is. I know how evil it is. I'm out. Like she's basically like, I will look after the others. You have to fight this thing, basically, for the sake of me not having to run a million NPCs. So I'm literally just going to grab them and
versus Gratz.
Yes. Yeah. Even Big Cat's not going to be a help here.
Can
I am running my spells.
just like, I don't know, turn and just shout Thalia's name as she's pulled out, like, you know, just I don't know, just.
Yeah, I think like Thalia's like too weak to really argue, but like she'll just say like, finish him. Fucking put an end to this, Nova. And like she's just calling that out to you as she's like dragged away, basically. Cool. It hasn't populated your initiatives automatically for me, so I'm gonna have to ask you.
I haven't actually rolled it. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if everyone can roll initiative, this is gonna be a brand new initiative. So
Okay.
Oh, Quill.
1. Oh, 3. Why am I so slow recently? I'm getting old.
Katie, what's Ayla's?
20.
20. And then, Kim, I'm gonna have to get you to do yours manually because I've still got Nova rather than your new version.
10.
Your
rolling
rolls
real
unfortunately
good.
won't show up in the thing either, Kim. Just so you're aware. But we can't fix that just right now.
We'll fix it for next
just as an
time.
FYI. Yeah, we'll fix it for next. Yeah, exactly. I can fix it for next time. Sentry. I mean, I think that's very apt. That like you sense this hideously evil presence. And there's no fucking around here. This is pure evil. This is malevolence. Just emerge from the thing. It's your turn.
Yep. Sentry is gonna point her spear towards Gratz. Say, "You're disgraceful, preying on the vulnerable, hurting those who need help." She's gonna call forth Starbreaker, the bonus action, and then there's an action. Get big, baby.
Yeah, so you lift Starbreaker
Tell him,
up.
Sentry.
The lance glows with that green spiral energy. It expands in size, nearly doubling in length and width. And then you watch a Sentry herself. And Gratz is a large creature as well, so the two of you are basically now of equal physique as you kind of like emerge into the same muscular form.
Moving forward towards him.
Giant Sentry. Yeah. Just go nuts. Move yourself as you need to.
20, 25. I'm going to move up there in front of my friends.
Shield in one hand, giant lance in the other, kind of braced against it, ready to go. I love it. Ayla.
Okay, so I'm already raging because I haven't chosen to end my rage.
Yep.
I'm just going to look at him and say, "You're not anything special, you're just a big cheater." And I will run at him, I can get to him in my turn, and I will hit him twice.
Yeah, I love it.
That is a 22 to hit.
It does hit, but kind of barely. Like, he goes to parry the blow, maybe doesn't expect the amount of strength that you use, and the blow does catch him. But it's, like, that's tight.
17 with the hammer and 6 lightning. And the second attack's a natural 20.
6 lightning, did you say?
Oh boy.
Yeah, but the second is nat 20.
He is lightning to resistant. Natural 20, so
okay.
brutal critical, work it all out.
30 plus
He's dead.
40.
I guess he died.
He's definitely not dead. I promise you he's not dead.
Whoops, he's dead, Mark. He died.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
No.
Whoop.
47 plus 13 is
60. Is that 13 lightning
60.
damage?
Nope, that's not lightning damage at all. That's hammer damage.
That's just hammer damage. Okay.
The lightning would be 6 plus 6 because I rolled another 6, so 12 lightning damage from that one.
So 6
And then
lightning
he will
damage.
get hit by my aura, which is going to be so dex save.
Dex save.
He'll-
Oh no, sorry. That's actually, ignore that roll. It's actually this roll. 28.
Passes,
see
so
anyway.
19 halved
So
and then
18
half again.
halved. Yeah, 9 points of lightning damage. So you watch as Ayla's like second blow like slams directly into his chest, and there is a kind of as it hits him, but you know how much force you put behind that, and he just kind of that was mildly unpleasant. You little wretch. End of turn, Ayla?
Yep.
He will swing down with his greatsword, the Wave of Sorrow.
Fuck. You made me bleed my own blood.
26 to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to be 23 slashing damage, so half that to 11. And then 10 points of acid damage, which is not resisted. Where you just like cuts downwards when you do that. Then it's Gratz's go. On Gratz's turn, he's going to... You called me a cheater. Well, what's the point in playing fair when you're playing to win? And he goes invisible. He casts greater invisibility on himself.
Counterspell.
Ah, I'm not in range.
Are you not?
No.
He's miles
30
away.
feet.
All right. Great invisibility goes off. So great invisibility, you know where he is because he's moving around. He's making sound. It's kind of like active camo, right? You can see a faint shimmering of where he should be. You just have disadvantage on all attacks against him, and it is concentration.
Okay.
Annoyingly, that's his whole turn. But he does have legendary action. So Lucius.
Let me just check the wording.
Would
Okay.
Dark Vision see him with this? No.
It's invisibility. You need see invisibility or true sight. Which
Move up
Mesmera
to,
has. She's in his ring.
Middle of the throne room, south
You
of Quill
stand
and
in the middle of
Nova.
this great grand throne room. Yep.
And where he went invisible, I'm going to cast Slow in that area to slow him down.
You will hit Ayla because you can't like the wall. You'd have to target against the wall behind him, and the radius would still hit Ayla.
Can I not do like that kind of cube?
You tell me where you're putting it, and then I'll tell you if it hits him or Ayla.
Just cuts through him.
Please
remember-
don't hit me.
Well, you have to target an actual space. You can't like put it behind the wall, for example.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
casting
wait.
it there.
There.
It's
in that
20-foot
bush.
radius, right?
There. There. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
20-foot
okay,
cube.
You
So
target
it's
a little
like
bit.
right angles.
20-foot cube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can target if you kind of put it against the far wall. Sure. All right. So what kind of saving throw?
It's a wisdom 18 to beat.
He fails. Our legendary resistance. That's one legendary resistance down. He passes.
Yeah, I thought he might.
That's okay.
Yeah,
right?
I-
You want to get
Only
rid of it?
third level.
One use of it burnt, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some font of magic, getting some spell slots back as my
Sure.
bonus action.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Gratz teleports. And he appears next to Lucius and Quill.
Shit.
Nothing. Nothing personal, kid. As he appears.
Oh, come on. No, he doesn't.
He does. He absolutely does. He's that kind of guy. He's that kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
What a douche.
Nova Vija.
So, wonderful, Mark. I took my armor plate off as part of RP for
did?
that last bit. What kind
You did?
What kind of action is it to put it back on? Bonus or action?
Donning armor is like, it takes like 5 minutes to put
You gotta
breastplate back
buckle up.
on. So you don't have your armor
gonna
equipped
make-
at the moment.
You're gonna
yeah.
make me take fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Thanks, love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cycle around, and also move Echo. 5, 10, 15.
Echo of the Galaxy Tiangong. So these two versions, like one, this kind of Tiangong Nova hybrid, and then Nova herself, like rush in.
I apologize in advance from the many mistakes I'm going to make doing this because there's a lot of.
Don't
I've been
worry,
reading
don't
my sheet for
apologise.
ages, but I'm still figuring
Don't
it out.
apologize.
I'm
not
gonna
their game, it's
start-
ours.
Can I see this boy? Can I cast Hexblade Curse on him?
You can't. No. So he is invisible. You can't see him for the purposes of like casting spells and things like that. But if you can attack his space. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's technically invisible. Like, I'm not going to do that stuff. But yeah, any spell that says a creature you can see, you can't see him. You can vaguely see where you think he is.
Okay. So I used up 2 spell slots when I was previous Nova. Am I counting those as done for current Nova?
Consider basically current Nova was completely fresh. Imagine that you had everything that you could have had access to.
Sweet. Thank you. I'm gonna just open up with this new character with a very nice attack.
3 attacks.
And I'm going to also have
fighters get multiple extra attacks.
Hang on, sorry, what are you?
Fighter?
What happened?
Go ahead, Kim.
I am going
you just said
to...
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what level?
You'll find out.
I'll tell you later.
The more you interrupt, the more
I was going to try and make the echo.
Takes.
I was going to try and make the echo attack as well, but I don't know if I can do that the same turn. So.
The way it works is you can make your attacks as normal. Any of your normal attacks you can make from the echo space, and then you can use Unleash Incarnation, which is a bonus action, and you get to make an extra attack from the echo space. So you can, in theory, make up to 4 attacks if you spend your bonus action, but you can only do Unleash Incarnation 3 times, I think, per long rest.
I'm going to do that.
So 4 attacks.
Yeah. So 4 attacks, and then are they
no
at
Hexblade's
disadvantage?
Curse, though. Yes, they are all at disadvantage, unless you have the ability to see invisible creatures, which you do not.
Well, I'm already rolling like absolute garbage. So the first one is 15 to hit.
Parries it with a great sword. Sparks lash off.
Ooh, 28 or a 29. So a 28
will hit, though.
First attack is 12, but I also, and I keep forgetting to add this, is an extra little D4. So 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage.
15 is good when you're doing 4 attacks around, because that's 60 points of damage in a turn.
Yeah.
Also, that's a con save for greater invisibility. That's a pass, though, unfortunately.
I rolled a 28 and a 19 for the third hit.
19 just barely misses him. So, like, the invisibility is throwing your... Like, you and Tiangong are moving in concert, able to channel these martial skills, and you strike where you think Gratz should be, but the invisibility is just... He's a few inches off, and, like, misses just barely.
18.
This invisibility is, like, you can't see where he is to, like... anticipate his blows and his parries and things like that, and just unfortunately your attacks go wide.
I believe that is 4.
Yep, that was the 4. That was your bonus action, and a bit of movement. Okay, at the end of your turn, Nova, Gratz is going to make a melee attack. He's going to use his second legendary action. He's going to attack Lucius, though, because like Lucius is casting spells and you barely hit him. So he's going to attack Lucius with advantage. Just check and see if it's crit. It's not a crit. It's definitely going to hit, though. 20 points of slashing damage. 11 points of acid damage. 31 total, Lucius. The great sword cuts down.
My reaction to absorb elements on the acid.
Okay, so resistance to acid damage. So you take 5 less.
So it was 11 total.
It would be 25 total damage.
You.
20 plus 5. No worries. Then we go to Keelek, and Kalar.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I want to get away from this guy. I don't like him. One bit. Can I use a reaction to his reaction if I moved away and shielded his attack on me?
Yeah, I mean, your reaction, the shielding wording is you react to being, an attack made against you. Doesn't matter that if it's in response to a reaction.
And then would I be able to cast, his shield is a spell, would I be able to still cast a spell even though it's
No, because this is the rare instance where it would still be your turn. You'd be casting 2 spells in your turn. No, I've done this before. You can still cast it because the ruling is against casting a spell as a bonus action, not a reaction. So yes, you could.
Okay.
I always get that wrong.
In that case, I wanted to move just a little bit away from him.
I mean, he will take the legendary action.
He'll take it.
You have to, yeah, okay, yeah, he does.
His reaction, yeah. So yeah, he gets a free attack
19?
on me. 19 is... Wait, is 19... If I shield, it puts me to 19. Does he still beat that?
Yeah.
He does. Shit, I won't cast it then.
Meet or beat.
17 slashing, 9 acid.
Okay. 17
So
slashing,
26.
9 acid. Ouch.
Yes, it's been too long.
I want to cast a beacon of hope on everybody. So everyone gets advantage on wisdom saves and maximum healing.
Nice.
And I want to say to him, we humiliated you in your own domain, Gratz. We'll have no trouble destroying you here.
When you say that,
really?
like,
Oh, you are a dead
his
bird.
golden eyes like flick up, and he's just like, "You're going to regret saying that, my little birdie."
I fucking know, bit.
Sentry.
Sentry's gonna move in between Gratz and Quill.
Smart.
I'm going to, as a reaction, use my Driven to Purpose to give me an extra D4 on an attack roll.
Right. Yeah. So you're
And then-
preemptively using it, but yeah, it's the same thing. You roll the attack roll and then add it. Yep. Well, you might hit. You might not use it. Roll to hit first, and then you can decide. Oh, I need it. So,
I need to use it before I know the outcome.
yeah, I just wanted you. So you roll the attack first, and if you rolled like a 19, you'll be like, I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. I'm not going to use my Driven to Purpose, like for example.
Okay. All right.
So I won't tell you immediately. I'll let you see the roll and then decide if you want to use it.
All right. And then I'll bonus action cast Staggering Smite at level 4. And then I'm going to have a go at smacking this guy around the face,
All right.
please. First attack coming in. 27 to hit. I'm
Do you
not
want to
going
use
to use
Driven
my...
to Purpose?
I
Yeah,
won't.
there you go. It hits. Yep. Hits.
Okay, sweet. We'll do the first attack. So I'm going to use a level 3 Divine Smite.
This is gross because you've cast the spell which boosts the damage anyway, and now you're going to Divine Smite on top of it. This is gross.
You need to make a
Gross.
wisdom
I
saving
love
throw
it.
first.
It's
think.
delicious.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, please, for Staggering
30.
Smite. 30.
Oh
Okay. So yeah, you succeeded that.
but
is it
you get
half
all the
damage
other
on
effects.
success?
I don't know. You
think
tell
it's
me.
half damage. It doesn't say it's half damage. If
Yeah,
you
it's
if
not
you
half damage.
fail,
I think it just stops the other effect. Yeah.
yeah, the disadvantage on attack rolls and all that stuff. Cool. Okay. Just add this all
Don't
up
forget,
real quick.
actually, Sentry, he is invisible, so that attack would be with disadvantage.
All right. Let's let's rescind that and let's do it again.
But just roll another attack, and then we'll basically, we see.
18 plus
Do you want to use
12,
Driven to Purpose?
30.
Oh, plus 12, yeah,
No.
that would still hit. So yeah, they both hit. Yeah, so
Cool.
yep, still
Okay.
goes through. But he
Right,
does
let
make the
me-
saving throw.
Is this an extra D8 scenario for Gratz?
He is a fiend.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then hang on. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a lot. High level
40.
paladins are like.
2d12 and a... Right. Oh, that was loud.
It's a lot
Wait,
of
what was that?
dice.
2d12, 68, 46, and
53.
1d4.
What the
Plus
hell?
7.
So 60
So-
points of damage.
60. The
I should have
first
like
one.
classed as a paladin.
Oh my
No.
god.
So it's
No.
it's just the flat 60, right? That's it. That's all
That's
the
just
mods.
60, yeah.
Yep. 60 points of damage.
Just,
flat
just.
60. Just a flat 60.
Oh, gross. So we and you see that as you like thrust the Starbreaker forward, like spiraling with this green energy. Like Gratz goes to parry this invisible shifting form. It hits something and black blood sprays everywhere, and you do hear a cry of pain.
Nice. I'd like to do that again, please.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, no staggering smite this time though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nat
okay,
1
nat
for the
one.
first one.
Oh.
Yeah, no way.
Parries it aside.
Yeah, that's 60 damage. Can I do that again now on my same turn?
Yeah, same turn.
Does he make his con save?
He does have to make a con save. That's very true, against 60 points of damage, which means it's a DC of 30. He can still pass this.
He can do it.
What, really?
And he does.
Yeah.
31.
He does.
Whoa.
He'll have a crazy con.
Yeah, he's Demon Prince, man. Like, although I will say this now, because I know people are going to complain. I personally think Grutz's official stat block, like, I haven't changed it. I think it's garbage. Like, I actually think he's really weak for his challenge rating. So, but yeah, like you hear the grunt, but he still stays invisible.
Is it modified?
So, no, I've not changed it. No,
Okay.
I'm just running this raw. So, because I feel like I don't like to named characters. I'm like, I can't change that. So if it's my own
Rolls a
unique thing,
31 on con. He's garbage.
he's garbage. End of Sentry's turn. Grutz takes. He gets a legendary action. He says, "A good hit, my little paladin friend. But you do seem to have left your ally a bit isolated. Ayla, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw."
With advantage.
It's probably going to be a
you got
fail.
Beacon of Hope. Yeah, but it's probably still going to be
You
a
got-
failure.
Oh, it's a nat 20!
Yeah.
No, but it's disadvantage. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
It's not. No, it's not disadvantage.
It's advantage. So it's a nat 20. So it's 19.
Are you okay?
No, it's
You're
not.
freaking
21.
out.
It's 21.
What's happening? What do you roll?
Here's,
I've never. It's a 20. It's a nat 20. It's a 21.
Nat
but that's
20s
not enough, is it?
only do anything on an attack roll. They give you a critical hit. They are not automatic successes.
It's still the best
The
result.
DC is 23.
That's
Oh.
Bye.
Ayla, the invisibility drops. Grutz reappears. But dominate monster on Ayla. Kill the bird.
Somebody got to get me out of that. No. Sorry.
Ayla, it's your turn.
Well,
Kill the bird.
I
the
can't do
burb.
anything.
Kill the burb.
Destroy burb. Murder burb.
Take his
13
wing.
plus 14 to
Don't
hit.
take his wing.
What is it to hit?
What was that?
13 plus 14, it'll hit you, Quill.
Well, it's disadvantage because Sentry's protecting Quill. Yeah,
No,
Sentry's
okay, let me just put it this way.
12 plus
Even
14.
if she rolls a 1, she hits me.
I'm still going to
Yeah, I
hit
was
him.
gonna
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
17
of course Sentry's
damage
gonna do it.
plus 2 lightning damage.
Concentration
Okay.
check on Beacon.
The next one, I rolled a nat 1. But it's
Oh,
not
I'll
with
shield
disadvantage,
it.
is it?
No, it's just in that one. That
It's
is
just
an
in that one.
automatic
So
miss. Yeah, that is an
so
automatic miss.
I
No,
missed.
a
Oh,
one
it
is
is.
always a miss, Tom. A one is always a miss on attack rolls. So it's
Okay.
Do I-
tricky with the thing. But
Do I do
concentration
my
check on
aura
the
damage?
first. Yes, yeah, you have to basically go at Quill with everything you got.
The only way to cancel Dominate Monster is for Ayla to do wisdom saving throws after being hit.
At the end of it.
I'm never gonna
Yeah.
manage to save
no,
out of
that's
it.
not true. The other way, you can cause Grutz to lose concentration, or things like Dispel
Or Quill
Magic
can
or
break it.
Spellbreaker.
No, if they
Yeah.
do the next action of Dominate Monster.
Dominate Monster.
Oh, no, wait, no, it's still concentration, never mind.
Yeah,
Where you
yeah,
take
yeah, yeah,
complete
yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Right.
What was your save?
Oh, what save am I making?
Dex
Sorry.
saving throw.
Dex save. 8?
Plus 3 from me.
Yeah, you take 22 lightning damage, sorry. I rolled really high.
Concentration check for Beacon of Hope.
So a 10 for the first
11.
one, because that was 17.
Yeah, 11 for the second.
Unnatural 20. 21.
Yeah, you're fine. Beacon of Hope's still up.
Oh my god.
Open.
Right.
An
Someone
18
else is
and a
going to have to
19.
get me out of this because I physically, if I roll a nat 20, my max is 21 for a wisdom save.
Yeah.
So
Right,
someone's going to have
that's
to get me out of
why-
it. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Gratz will he is going to his action he raises no, that's concentration, he can't do that. He wants to keep this up very
Do it.
much so. No, he will just make 2 attacks against let's say
Whoa.
Gratz is pretty mean. He'd probably go both against Lucius. He wants to try and limit the amount of attacks. That's
Sorry,
going to
I
hit.
got
That's
lots of armor.
32
Yeah,
to hit on the
hits.
first one. The second one is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
God, all the
Right,
things I
first
said, all the
attack
things I
is going to
said.
be
Running through my head.
28 points of damage, Lucius. 10 of which is acid, so 18 then 10 acid.
Thank you.
And then the next attack is I can't see that. 25 slashing damage and 12 acid damage.
And a 6. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I know I didn't. I don't have absorb elements right now, so I'm getting the full acid.
You're getting the full acid. Yep. Yeah, he just cleaves down into Lucius twice, and then he gets all of his legendary actions back. Lucius.
Holy guacamole.
I will teach you what it means to defy me. And he's like slashing down as he does this into Lucius.
And I will teach you. And I'm going to disengage.
Okay, yeah. And just run.
Mid-sentence. Run behind sentry.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a safe place to be. Right, so full action, disengage, and run. Yeah, at the end of your turn, Gratz is just like, yes, run away. I'll get to you soon enough. And he's going to take a swipe at Nova now as a legendary action. Oh, only 16 to hit.
Yeah, I took my armor off, didn't I?
You did.
So I got 50
Sentry,
AC.
did you want to do something?
Huh? No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's
27 slashing damage, Nova.
It's fine.
And then 10 acid, so 37 total. Lucius. No, sorry, Nova, then. Your turn.
I would like to cast Hexblade Curse on him.
Yes, he is visible now.
And then I'm going to... Hope you didn't hear that.
We did hear Milo,
I know.
yes, but it's fine.
Yeah, he has awoken. I think he's got something to say about it. I think I'm gonna do that thing again where I just attack a billion times and hope that I actually do something this time.
Sure.
My brain still kind of hurts from all of this. So first attack is 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That is 12 plus 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of damage because there's plus 5 for my Hexblade Curse.
You got it. You got the combo wombo.
Combo.
This is when Nova's new form gets much scarier when Hexblade curses on a creature because she gets plus 5 to every attack.
Oh god,
that's awesome. Yeah.
20.
That's another
That's
hit.
also
On the
gross.
second one to hit.
Hits. Yep.
11 base. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20 points of damage on the second one.
2 points of damage. Tiangong slashing into Gratz, and you can see now thick rivulets of black blood sliding down his limbs. You know, this perfect chiseled Herculean form. You're making me bleed my own blood.
I'm going to bleed someone else's.
13 is miss.
It's
a miss.
And then do I get one more from Unleash Incarnate?
You've got 3 uses of it. You've used one, and it's a bonus action to use it.
27 to hit.
Hits.
Plus 12. 13, 14, 15,
18.
16, 17. 18, yes, sorry.
Plus 5.
18 points of damage.
The Echo Tiangong plunges the blade in, and if that's the end of your turn, which I'm assuming it is, by the way, Gratz will say, "This thing is bothering me," and he's going to swipe at the Echo.
No, don't swipe at my Echo.
Your Echo still does have an AC of 19, even though you've taken your armor off. However, it doesn't matter. He hits the Echo, and with its one hit point, the Echo vanishes.
Oh, 1 HP. Okay.
Right.
So, but it's like until now, he didn't really know what it was, and he's just swiped at it in an anger, and it's like, oh, that thing's destroyed now. He didn't know what it was going to do. Quill.
I don't know what level spell Dominate Monster is. However,
Inside me.
I think that I need a ton of healing regardless. Everyone needs a ton of healing. I'm going to do Mass Cure Wounds at level 8.
I'm going to attempt to count. I'm going to attempt to counterspell it. I have to roll a thing. Level 8, you said, yeah?
If he didn't, though, that would be real cool. He rolls a 3
Oh,
you portent it. Nice.
He's gonna portent the counter spell roll.
Hell yeah!
So he rolls a 3 plus his spellcasting ability modifier, which is 8, by the way, which means he does fail. I needed a 10 to beat that. So you go to cast the spell, like you go to channel the healing energy. He's like, no, and then you just say what, like,
No.
yes, no, and then the storm eye glows. Old Quill kind of like comes out and disperses the counter spell, and the healing spell goes off.
And everyone gets max healing from this. It's 4, 5, 6 d8 plus 6. So that's 6 times 8, 48. No, yeah, 48 plus 6. Everyone gets 54 healing.
Awesome.
And anyone that has a 8th or lower level spell on them is Dominate Monster. What level is that?
8th level.
Fuck yeah!
He didn't even know, and I love it.
I just cast at the highest level I
Thank
could.
God.
Yeah, no, amazing. Yeah, so Ayla, your mind, you get your own mind back. You feel your wounds heal up, and those of you who are injured.
Very good.
Yeah. And Gratz is looking pretty rough. He's covered in thick blood. And
I
that's
wanna-
the end of Quill's
wanna-
turn.
I'm going to back up a bit.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I don't.
that's
I'm
probably
not going to do that. I'm going to stay close to Sentry.
Your
No,
ally
no,
is
you wanna go off on your own?
isolated.
No, I don't want to go. Yeah.
Delicious. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh,
You know what? I'm going to tweak him a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of improv tweaking. Just because this is cool.
he's dead.
For his last legendary action, Gratz, having sensed that his spell's been broken, he's just like, fine. He reaches out his hands, and you see 2 of the reflected mirror windows of this chamber. All the scattered, broken glass. He picks it up in a swirling storm, and he's going to draw a line between basically hitting Sentry, Quill, Lucius, Nova, as he basically joins a line, like, between them. Yeah, he'll do it between this one and this one. In
He's
fact,
throwing
actually, no, he'll-
shards of glass at us.
Yeah, he'll basically do it like that. Yeah. So, can you guys make a dex saving throw? So, Sentry, Nova, Quill, and Lucius.
Right.
Okay.
They all get Sentry's aura, won't they?
You do get Sentry's aura.
Yeah.
Yes.
My aura isn't going to help me today.
Plus 3, right?
What is it's plus 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
3.
The DC is going to be 23 though. So,
Oh god, no. Okay, don't worry.
25.
so Nova does make it. Nova
Nice.
takes half damage. The rest of you slashing damage as this kind of tornado of glass comes scouring through. Oh, it's struggling. Hello.
35.
That was 35. 35 points of slashing damage, halved to Nova, so that would be 15, 16, 17 for Nova. As this kind of whirlwind of glass as he sweeps it along like a hand. What's up?
Hope's gone.
Oh dear, so no beacon of Ope. But luckily you got
pronounce
off
your
a
H's.
big
Yeah.
heal beforehand. Sentry.
Yeah, I'll attack this boy again. I'll do the odd 1-2 smackaroo while he's here.
Just the classic.
Just the classic. You can't beat it. That's a nat 1 on the first one, so it ain't happening. Let's try again.
I mean, you did do
25 on the
60 points of damage to him earlier. Yeah, 25 hits.
Gonna do it
Awesome.
again.
Rock and roll, buckaroo.
If you get just a little more than 60 this time, that'd be great. Please, Sentry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, again this time? Just
That's
60?
really-
You need to pull your weight, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
You could in theory.
Sorry, I've been letting slide down. So sorry. Yeah, I'll do a level 4 Divine Smite, so I'll do 78.
That's more like
Die.
it. Yeah.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a d4 rock and roll.
Gross.
42 plus 7. 50.
49.
49 damage.
yeah.
One.
The lance like rips through a chunk of Gratz's like perfect muscular physique, just like tearing the muscle, and he's like, ah!
Ooh,
How are you doing this?
this is something I haven't done before. Can I bonus action do a shield master shove and just push him 5 feet back? Because I can.
Sure. Like, does it just go off automatically? Do I get a save or?
No, it's just a thing I can do as a shield master.
just knock him, you just nudge him back.
Just push him back. Use my shield.
Do I
Yeah.
do I get an opportunity attack?
Force movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, unfortunately.
But you're out of his. Are you out of his range now?
His
Opportunity attack?
greatsword is very long. Unfortunately, you are still Sentry and Nova are still within reach of him currently.
He's a prince of pleasure. I can see his great sword.
Yeah, you sure can. Ayla. He's got
What a
no
great
legendary
sword it
action,
is.
so go straight to Ayla.
I'm mad as hell. I want to hit
I'm
him.
mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell. Is he still invisible or is he fine now?
Nope, he's not invisible anymore. He
Not
used the
invisible.
Dominate Monster, which overrid it.
Ah, it was a
then
19. It was so
Quill
close to a
just
20.
like- No, get rid of Dominate Monster.
I didn't do it like that. I did it heroically.
No, he pulled out all the stops to get that. I rolled a 19 plus 14. I was so close to
Gonna hit.
another nat 20.
Gonna hit.
So that's going to be 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 21 on the hammer and 2 lightning on the first one.
1 point of lightning
And
damage.
my second attack is a nat 20.
Are you
I've
kidding
rolled so
me?
many nat
Jesus
20s tonight.
Christ.
That's ridiculous.
That's like the third one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. rolled
Yeah,
3.
because you got the saving throw. Yeah. That's 3. I mean,
Shit.
I've done that, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
I've rolled.
Yeah.
I've rolled 3
Next
nat
week
20s.
I'm going to be trash. It's like bound
Yeah.
to happen, right?
Well, that's
3,
next week. You don't have to fight
4.
Grat, so
7, 8, 9, 40, 41. 41 plus 13 is
54.
that many. And then 6 plus 4, so 10 lightning damage from that one, halved for his resistance.
Grat
And
is
then
knocked
you
to
need-
one knee, clutching his chest, which is now scoured by lightning. And then dex saving throw. I mean, I'm gonna legendary resistance it just so that I take half damage. He's getting really injured here, so I succeed.
23 lightning damage.
So
Jesus Christ, that's
11
so much
half
now.
to 5. I mean, that blast, like, he holds up a hand and almost seems to kind of like redirect some of the lightning, which is the only thing which, seems to have saved him. Like, kind of throwing the lightning to the side, like, it's like gasping for breath. How much time have we got? 15 minutes.
I can go a little longer.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. I
Well,
don't know
it
if we've
depends
got...
on logs.
We'll check, but Grot's his turn, Ayla, unless you've got anything else.
I've used everything that I've got.
No, I have to at least take one of you with me. One of you owes me a soul.
He brings up his other hand where he has these 6 rings, and you see one of them, which has two of 3 glowing gemstones. He clutches his wrist and he casts heal on himself by using a wish. Yeah.
Wish?
You can replicate a spell. You can replicate any spell of 8th level or lower.
Why don't you wish for more
You ma-
wishes?
Because he can't. And if he casts it, so he gets another 8, he gets another 10. Yep. So he gets 80 back.
80. Okay, higher level wish.
Lucius. It's his action to use that, so.
Okay. Lucius is going to forego having to hit anything, and he's going to cast Vitriolic Sphere behind, so it catches him.
Yep.
As it
Dex
travels
save.
through the sky, it's
Oh.
acid in the air. Can I peel off Dichromancy just to hit the throne? Use that to cast Defensive Dichromancy, resist acid on Nova, because I need to have casted an acid spell in order to do Defensive Dichromancy.
Right.
And then convert Chromatic Control the Vitriolic Sphere to ice.
Yes, you can do all of that. Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, I see. I think.
So Dex saving throw of 18.
Dex saving throw. I mean, he succeeds.
So it's only half of this.
And it's going to be half again because he is resistant to cold damage.
Ow, fuck a piss.
Like a piss. So
37 points.
37 half would be 15. 18 halved again is 9. So you watch as like the ice explodes behind him, and he just kind of like brushes the ice off of his shoulders.
Just take my soul. For fuck's sakes.
He looks at you. Very well. And he's going to teleport behind you as the legendary action. He teleports next to you and Quill. Nova,
Big mouth.
your turn.
Bonus action. Tiangong's coming back, baby.
Okay.
So please, can I have my echo back? Thank you.
Yep. Where do you want it to appear?
Next to
When it
Graz,
appears.
please. Next to Lucius and Graz. A little bit closer. Go on. They can be within
how-
15 feet of me. So 5, 10.
Yeah. That's within 15 feet.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
So again, these two Novas kind of split off, and now they're kind of attacking from either side.
And then, so that's bonus action. So I guess, yeah, it's going to be a
3
whack-in
attacks.
again.
Yep, 3 attacks.
I can do
you
a
can't do the
whack-in
extra
now.
4th one. You can't do a 4th one because you've already used your bonus action, but you can do 3 attacks this turn.
Okay, just the 3.
Yeah. You've used your
17,
bonus action
29
to
to
summon the
hit.
echo. 29 hits.
Yeah, 29 to hit on the first one. Oh! 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 23, 23, 24.
26. 24.
What did I roll on that Tiangong hit? It was a 17, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. never
Sure,
mind.
just carry on. It's fine. 1 point of damage isn't going to make
It's
huge
only if I
difference.
get a 19 or a whatever. 24 to hit on the
Oh,
second
yeah.
one.
24 hits. Yep.
15, 6, so 20 plus 2, so 22 on the second one.
Yeah, Nova's carving into him.
Oh
like,
my
from both
God.
sides, like desperately trying to fend them off. Like all of that healing
Almost
sort of
got a
slowly
19.
evaporating.
Yeah,
That
it's
is a
almost
miss,
gone.
Tip
unfortunately,
to a
Nova.
3.
Tip
Yeah.
to a 3. End of
That's
your turn, Nova. He's going to attack Lucius.
Yeah.
Like you take
I
Lucius.
would.
Yeah, Sentry does protection, so disadvantage.
Never hit me.
Still going to hit him. 20.
Shit. yeah. Yeah, that hits.
It's going to be 18 slashing. Only how much acid damage is that? I can't see it. 5, so 23.
I'm okay.
Quill.
Oh god, I just really don't like this guy right next to me, and a lot of my stuff is ranged. I'm just going to do a shocking grasp on him
Okay.
to stop his reactions. So it's +9 to hit, 27,
Hits.
and 3d8 lightning, 13. Not
Can't
much.
trip.
Halved. 6.
Halved. Wah.
Resistance to lightning. You kind of reach up and touch his like arm or like his leg and like send lightning pulsing through him. He just
And
I feel more than that in my pleasure palaces, boy.
God. But he can't take reactions anymore. So I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
basically rotate around Sentry again.
Okay. You move around. He can't reach you now, but he can take a legendary action, which is to hit Lucius.
I look
to
at
hit
Quill as
I
Kim.
I would like to use Shadow Martyr.
Okay.
And Tiangong is going to throw themselves in front of Lucius, so the attack
does
is
hit.
directed at Tiangong.
Yep, and it's one
is
hit
it
point,
AC
so it would
19?
destroy it. Yeah, it hit 20. It was a 20 to hit. So yeah, so this Tiangong Nova throws itself in front of Lucius, raises the sword up, and it destroys the echo. But Lucius, you are safe.
Oh.
I'm confused as to what happened. He just had his
Sentry.
hands covering his eyes.
I mean, yeah, he looks like he's pretty much done. If you and Ayla can hit him hard, he's done.
I'm gonna move up here. So I've got a bit of a gap to him. And I'm gonna use Sunbeam against him.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
Saving
you
throw?
need to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
He's pretty good at these. So he's
Constitution.
going to succeed 31, so he's going to take half damage, and he's not
Half
blinded.
damage, 68.
But it is radiant, which is not resistant to.
We got ourselves 23.
is literally how many hit points he had left. So we watch a sentry like dart to the side, throws her arms open as the golden chest beam. Gratz, who is in the middle of like swiping down at Lucius, is confused by this like Tiangong Nova that absorbed the blow. And then you see like a golden light over his skin. He looks up confused as the blast hits him. His body goes flying into the other mirrored wall, smashing against it as he just turns to, like, his body begins turning to smoke. He just looks up. He's like, this isn't over. This isn't done. I'll reform on Azagrat and I will have my... And then he just becomes dust before he finishes speaking. One of his rings drops to the ground. Ding, ping.
Ooh.
And then Mesmera reforms in front of you, gasping.
Oh.
What? My prince, my knight. She begins looking around. And, I mean, do you want to end it there, or I feel like
I think we
can
might
have
have
some
to.
last words? I think we have to.
We have to.
I want
It's
to.
that time.
I think
But
it's that time.
It's a good
So
time.
you see Mesmera does look around, like she kind of looks around at all of you, and then she looks over, and you all see Thalia, and Thalia's like, like Rose Meadows clutching, and she's like, I don't know, something's really wrong, and like you can see that like Thalia is in a bad way, but that is where we're gonna end the episode.
We didn't kill him. He's frustratingly. He's still
demon.
Well,
hunting
you
through the
killed
stars.
him
we'll kill him next
off
time.
of his home plane. He reforms in Azagarat. Can't kill a demon prince off of their own plane. Has to be on their home plane.
Should have smashed the mirror, innit? Smashed the portal.
No, even then he still would have just gone back to Azagrat. Yeah, there's literally like that's why he didn't care that you guys were like doing so much damage to him, because he knows that he'll just reform on his home planet. He just wanted to try and take at least one of the people that owes him a soul with him, Thalia, Quill, or Lucius. So,
Fuck.
Not this time. Not this time.
That really came back to bite us, didn't it?
Just a little bit, innit?
but like I
God
said,
damn.
you guys smashed him. Like so much damage you can put out. Like you saved Ayla from the Dominate monster. Did it? Saved the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sorry about that.
and, can't be helped.
I do a lot for
and then,
little Quill.
maybe there will still be
At
a
least I
cost
missed
to all
on
of
one of
this.
the attacks.
We'll see.
It's true.
I was very
We'll
lucky.
see.
Ones when you
That's
needed
it.
it. 20s when you needed it.
Thank you, everyone over on the Yogscast. We're going to be wrapping up. We will continue for a little bit over on High Rollers just to read out some donations and stuff. Come join us for the after show fun on High Rollers D&D Twitch. But thanks very much for watching it on Yogscast. We will be continuing on High Rollers D&D now. Right, Trot?
They're gone.
They're gone.
Hey. Hey, Nova. Who you? What? And, huh?
We are
Are my
Nova.
questions. Okay.
We are Nova.
Yeah.
I am a
We.
multi-class warlock Echo Knight fighter.
Cool.
So-
Echo
Three
Knight
classes?
fighter.
No.
No.
Warlock,
So
fighter,
a
and
fighter
then subclass of
subclass
fighter.
Echo Knight.
Right.
Yeah.
Warlock fighter hybrid.
Um,
What level? Like, if you're getting triple attack.
11 fighter, 5
Currently
warlock.
it's 11.5. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a massive shift.
Yeah, and it's
I
took
I
a
want
lot
to talk
of
a little bit about it.
tinkering.
'Cause yeah, it's basically like Kim and I had a chat. We had a chat about Nova, and like Kim had some stuff, and we talked about it. And one of the ideas of like, well, do you want to try changing class? And Kim thought that'd be fun. And then we thought of a cool way to incorporate it. And yeah, I thought that'd be a nice narrative moment of like this thing. And it will lead on to other stuff. There will be things, and I'll leave that for
Well,
Kim
yeah,
to sort
I
of
mean-
RP as it comes out. But
That's really cool.
it's
Thinning the
it's a good
barrier.
thing
Yeah.
in your games, and this is especially for Dungeon Masters as players. Like, if somebody comes to you and maybe they're not enjoying a class, or maybe they want to take their character in a different direction, you just find ways to say yes and say like, well, we could try this and we can try that, and you work with it, and we'll see how it goes. And if Kim doesn't enjoy this, we can always change it back. Like, that's the nice thing. The cool thing with the RP is like stuff is fluid. We can change stuff around. But yeah, I think it's cool.
It was basically I was getting very frustrated with 3 spell slots, and the later levels of warlock, like
So you removed
17
them.
to 20, are a bit garbo. Like they just, I was just watching Lucius, just like, I'm gonna spend some sorcery points to get my spell slots back, and I'm just there like,
But also,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
I think
Three
because
star
you were already planning to multi-class into fighter for those last 3 levels anyway.
Yeah, I was.
With the
Yeah.
same kind of idea of what this would lead into.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we just thought, well, we could accelerate that, and you can swap some levels and stuff
Yeah.
around and
Yeah.
pick with some stuff.
And
Um,
it was between this and
Sonic Warrior.
The Jedi basically. So I could have been a
Yeah.
Jedi with lots of like push, pull,
Damn.
throw weapons around, telekinesis, all that kind of thing. But I really just love the image of an Echo that was basically Tiangong, just like coming out to play.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's cool.
really, really, really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it
tied
makes
in,
sense
'cause,
for,
like-
the
Yeah, I need to-
progression of the
Yeah.
of the weapon
And-
as well.
Well, Tiangong's always been like the one who does the sword fighting. Whenever Nova's done sword fighting, it's Tiangong who kind of takes over and is controlling the blade.
Yeah.
So this is just Tiangong giving their knowledge to Nova, who is now learned to be a fighter, be a warrior. So
You're fine.
Nice.
The only thing that I was really hard for me, and I wrote lots of comparisons and stuff like this to work this out in my head. Dropping Arcane Gate, that was a fucking heartbreaker.
Oh, that's gone now,
I've
is it?
lost
Oh,
Arcane
that was
Gate.
the last
Yeah,
time
that's
you used
gone.
it. What? That's an epic time
Yeah,
to use
so
it.
that was the
though.
last time I used it. So
Yeah,
what a way to
makes
go
sense then.
out!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I can invent a huge tower of stuff.
Now what about gravity?
So, yeah.
Have you still got that one?
yeah, because that's on the magic
because
item.
that's on the lodestone.
Shit.
Yep,
Cool.
it's on magic.
Oh,
item. So,
Well,
still very
So,
cool.
yeah, goodbye
Oh,
Arcane
wow.
Gate. Mwah.
Oh, you
I've
got your
loved
own
you.
Elder Quill. We both have Elder Quill. You got an Elder Nova, but you know.
cool.
Yeah.
So many
Very
illusions
cool.
flying around this battlefield right now.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Well, what a great episode. What a great episode.
Yeah, was that good? Like, obviously, I appreciate it's always
It
tricky
was
when you're trying to kind of
Really
doing
good.
things like the skill challenges. Like, sometimes because it's so different to like you can just fight the problem. It's like you got to try and be creative.
No, it's
and
cool.
stuff,
I like,
but-
That's
I like
cool.
the way we
Cool.
It is very cool. Yes.
You guys did
had
some
to
cool stuff.
Think about it. Yeah. And also, yeah, like not casting spells for an entire turn. That kind of sucks. Not being able to speak for an entire turn. What do I do?
But that's
so-
it. Is the idea is like you had to like find ways around these kind of like obstacles, but her rules had to like fulfill certain conditions. Like they couldn't just be like everyone dies or like nobody can move, speak, or do anything. Like there were limitations on what she could do and stuff. Like, there always had to be exceptions or things like tricky ways around it and stuff like that. So. Hello.
Cheeky
Yeah,
little boy.
I loved it. I thought that was super, super cool and a great combat as well. Hey,
Cool.
you guys want some donations?
Sure.
Yeah, feed them to me.
Oh.
Hey, we had a donation from Viper Varion or Viper Veyron, something like that. It says, finally made it to the live squad. Welcome after many dashes and expeditious retreats about 7 months ago. Very nice. Too bad I rolled a nat 1 on my saving throw. So now I'm totally charmed by D&D thanks to you guys. Keep being awesome. Clear skies. Thank you,
Thank you
Viper
very
Veyron.
much.
And welcome. Cloud09
Thank you.
King. Hey, High Rollers. Can't watch this stream since I'm a few episodes behind. I've been having a bit of a rough time since my grandpa passed just before Christmas. Very sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that.
Going to catch up tonight and could use some love. Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Sorry, I don't know how to show love. I'm a cold, emotionless
It's true.
robot.
He doesn't.
He
know.
struggles.
Yeah,
But look,
can
when you
vouch.
catch up and you hear this message, all the best. Love you very much.
Yeah.
You're the best around.
Around.
You're doing so well.
I'm doing so well. Shadow
going.
Dax 96. With $20 dues, this is my first time catching all live. I've been watching / listening to your podcasts for the past 3 years over on Spotify
Wow.
and YouTube while I was stationed in California.
Awesome.
You have all inspired me to create a D&D world of my own. Thank you for what you do. Amazing.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Shadow Dax, and welcome. Newton G. Newton. Oh my God, what a long time. Hey everyone, it's me.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite #1 rated donator 1997. Whoa! If it isn't a donaria, looks like you're all alone on a late night. All your friends abandoned you for the slime. You are want studio. Click here and get. I have no fucking clue what to say.
Yep. But thank you for the donation. But Jesus
Thank you.
Christ, these messages.
Thanks, Newton. Welcome back. Scuba Dude, $20 dues. Hey, Tom. Took us 2 weeks to beat Garrix, but still alive and leveled up past 20 to obtain our first epic boon. What's that? Now we just have to stop another god, a great noble Jinn, and a demon prince. A cakewalk, really. Yeah, it's easy. We just did it.
Yeah,
P.S.
actually, yeah.
Something's approaching.
Mark, I love this Metal Gear arc. Amazing. Wait, hang on.
Oh, they're all the way there, are they? Nice. Have you got the dates wrong, Tom?
It's today. Well,
Okay. Well, glad
this is
you're enjoying.
Oh, it's
Vel-
late.
What is it?
Vel has donated with
Jesus
a
Christ, I
half
just realised.
hundo. And they say, greetings,
Oh,
rollers
there
of
it is.
high. After being a VOD squad member since the start of campaign 1, I'm finally able to watch after 6 years. As my birthday is on Tuesday, there is no better time than now to thank you all for bringing me to D&D. Clearest of skies. Well, happy birthday, Tuesday, and thank you very much, Vel. Elven Noob has donated with Aussie viewer, so I can't be live very often. That's okay. Glad I happened to tune in this week of all weeks. Good luck, Nova. Save the GF. Said GF. I don't know why I pronounced it like that. Reynard Pin has donated
Gluten-free?
with, is there anyone that you want to have as a guest but haven't had the chance yet? Gary Newman, the writer of Cars.
What the fuck? Why? Of all the people you could have
That
thought
was the
of.
first name that came to my mind. I don't know why this keeps happening.
Gary
I would
Newman.
like to
lives
have
rent-free in your head.
Gary Newman, the
Alexander the
writer of
Great.
Gary's mod.
Alexander the Great. Nice.
Yeah, or Julius Caesar. If let's bring them in. I don't know, fucking
I think a bit more reasonable, Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen. Yeah.
Yes.
Aw. Oh my god.
What about Maggie Smith? Hello, I'm here to play D&D.
Hey, everyone, just interrupt them real quick because Cloud Engine has donated again. Earlier, before the stream even began, they donated 2 hundo. They've donated again another hundo. This is.
Oh my
What?
god.
Oh no.
Why does it just look like me?
That's actually terrifying.
So weird.
Wow.
And they say one more because I have to say you are all D&D geniuses. The mirror blocking, the written note, the rug over the mirror, the intimidation fight, the levitate on Mesmera, the true sight on her. Incredible job. Never stop. Rolling high.
There we go.
hate
You got
it.
it, Tom. Carry on.
Okay. There you go. Oh,
Oh my god.
no. Okay, stop this.
Oh my god.
It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out.
Okay, Flared has donated. This is a 2-parter, and they say, thank you, Ree, for playing the greatest paladin I have ever seen. Thank you, Kim, for playing such a good-hearted young individual becoming herself. Thank you, Tom, for playing a great mind who faces devastating loss and marches forward and forward still. Thank you, Katie, for playing Ayla, someone who has found her inner power with little guidance. And thank you, Trot, for playing Lucius, who has faced loss and trauma and strives to protect his friends. And finally, thank you, Mark, for making this happen. Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. It's really
God,
sweet.
thank you very much.
Oh, that's nice.
Rotten Ill has donated a quarter hundo, long-time player and VOD squatter here, finally about to start joining live. Welcome when you do. Found High Rollers last year and am so blown away by the campaign, especially Mark's talent as a DM. Y'all are even spicier than scantily clad Zephyr. Clear skies and love from Rihanna in
I'll
DC.
never live that down. It was the only mini I had at the time. Fail made a good one afterwards.
Am I
Leave me
stretching?
alone.
Son of a bitch. I am a robot 012C with a full-ass hundo.
Getting wide. Getting good
Continue.
and wide.
Continue generosity from I am a robot. There you go. There's my fingies. Beep. I am not meant to feel. I am a robot. I feel fear and so tense. Stop it. The emotions
Hello.
are too much. I am scared.
Too many emotions.
Thank you. I am a robot.
Goodbye.
012C. Got a last hundo. Amazing. Ace of Thorns. Oh boy, this is just the best. Mark's slaying it right now. Oh, bad choice of words. Spellbinding viewing this evening. Hugs all around. Thank you very much, Ace of Thorns.
Thank you.
I'm
hear
sad that Armador didn't come into the episode yet.
Oh
Don't make it look like I'm saying that. Mr. Altissimo with a
Hello.
quarter hundo.
My name is Tom.
I wanted to highlight an awesome comment I saw. All this seemingly spawned from choosing Thalia as the ride back home. Truly amazing. Also, Drop, what are the headphones you are using? I think
What
me and
are the
Scott have the
headphones
same
you're
one.
using?
No, we
I
don't.
think we have the same one.
No, we don't.
Got these ones.
No, you got newer ones than me. I got the 770 Pro.
Oh, 770. Look at the 990s, bitch.
Not necessarily better.
No.
I got the
There you go.
770 Pros. Yeah.
One is close cut,
990
one's open cut.
I think the
So-
pros are the same.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Anyway.
Graying Badger with a half hundo.
They got me.
And no message. A half hundo and no message. Thank you, Graying Badger.
Thanks.
Crispy has donated a half hundo as well.
Crispy.
The ever generous Crispy. An amazing session
Thank
from
you.
start to finish. Excited to see the new Nova and wonderful game-saving plays from everyone else. Thanks for a brilliant
It's a
start
good one.
to my Monday. Monday? Oh, God, it's Monday tomorrow.
It is.
That's
That's
how it works
depressing as
every
hell.
stream, actually. Where am I? Also, we had gifted subs from I Am a Robot 012C, 15 gifted subs.
Amazing.
From Robot. Crispy gifted 10 subs. Cola Man gifted 5. Being Wolfie with 5. Rebel Cardigan, Dragon Claire, Senator Servbot, all gifted as well. If you got a gifted sub from them, thank them. Spam your emotes all over Twitch. Get us banned for your emote spamming, and then say that we told you to do it, and then get us banned for that. MK13 Wolf has donated $10 dues.
I just spat
in
everywhere.
bits. I know, I heard. Well, Mesmera was a queen, right? Well, I knew a king. He was only 12 inches tall, and he wasn't a great king, but he made for a great ruler.
That's a good one. It's a good joke. It's a great fucking joke, I'll tell you that.
That's a great fucking joke. That is a great fucking joke, MK13 Wolf. Thank you for that. And that
Hey,
is-
I
that is
forgot one
everything.
thing, by the way, guys.
We're good, we're at the end.
Yeah, we're at the thing. I forgot, I should mention this. Because I'm pretty sure we'll wrap the RP stuff out and this isn't really going to change the outcome. You guys want to do that little thing called do you want to zoom in again? Christopher, you want to get real
What?
close? You guys want to do a little something, a little
What we do?
little cheeky
What do we
little
wanna do?
treat.
Yeah, I can go
Little-
keep it.
What do we
I can do
do?
a little something, yeah.
We go then. We're doing good.
How do
Oh,
people
yeah.
feel about
Even a little.
leveling up?
Oh,
Oh yeah, level 17, baby. Yeah.
It's level up time, bitch.
No!
I want that
Oh,
audio
my
and
God.
nothing else. Anytime that we level up, just level up
Level
time,
up time,
bitch.
Yeah, no, I had
Hell
said
yeah.
I had said right from the start that once the kind of Feywild stuff wrapped up, we would get a level up in, regardless of what happens with the RP, whether or not you save Thalia, you have overcome immense kind of obstacles to get here, and that is
Yes!
deserving of a level up.
Level
How
17.
Welcome, Chris Trot, to 9th level spells.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
You don't
Big
get it
boy.
just yet, Tommy. Sadly,
No,
you've
I
got to get it
don't.
because of your wizard
No.
levels. But old Lucius has got 9th level spells.
Well.
And if it was hard to balance combat before, I just made it even harder for myself. I want to point out, by the way, I fiddled around with Grot's stat block at the end where I let him cast any of his spells as a legendary action, and I did that weird Blade Storm thing with telekinesis. He has a CR 24 encounter, and you guys creamed him. Like, you fucking annihilated him. Yes, okay, he did really put a lot of damage into Lucius and Quill, who fucking doesn't. Any melee-based enemy that gets a chance to pummel Lucius and Quill will do that. But you guys creamed him.
I
But
get
that-
another
they-
meta magic as well.
You do.
Really?
That massively helps me get like a better now I can look at monsters and be like, if it's fucking less than CR 20, like it's probably just like, unless you're doing lots of fights in a row, kind of like you guys were, like it's just not worth it. Single fights have to be like fucking crazy CR now. So
I just rolled a 10 on my HP dice.
I rolled a
So
7.
did I.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Hell
we do.
yeah.
Itchy.
That's true. Yeah, he wasn't in his lair. Lots of natural 20s. I mean, not that I think his lair would make a huge fucking difference, I'll be honest. What can he do in his lair? Like teleport around a bit?
What HP
Command
were you
spell.
on, Lucius, at the end of that? Lucius Trot.
I'm on my character builder now, so I was on like 21, I think, at the end.
You were at one
Oh,
point.
God,
You were
okay.
very low. Like I think
was
he
very
got you,
low, but the heal
and then
helped a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he
Well,
hit you again a
19.
couple of times.
19,
But like you,
yeah.
Lucius is like quite low now. I can see, 19 at the minute. So yeah,
And I'm expended
I know.
as well.
Amazing. Well, great.
How close was Thalia to kick in?
You had one. You had one round left. Like it was you. That was the end of turn 3. So you had one more round of checks to make.
I
And
have a
you
9th
had-
level spell
How-
slot.
You do have a 9th level, but no 9th level spells yet.
No, I don't have any 8th level.
But yeah, no. So you just got the 12th success on the very last thing that happened.
Oh, wait. I do have
5
8th level.
spells. What is tree stride?
To walk through trees.
Holy shit. Well, look, let's figure this out and and do all this character stuff next time.
Yeah.
I don't think I get
Uh,
anything. That's it.
But the idea is that we'll wrap up this Thalia stuff, and then it's back to Aerois, and then it's we're going to be wrapping up these threads now. Like the next Titan, Vala's going to have that ready to go.
Oh boy.
We'll find out when we get back.
Will be
Maybe she will, maybe she won't. She probably will.
No,
I get another
I'm telling you
brutal
that
dice.
she 100% will be at some point. Maybe not next
got a
episode. You'll go
message.
fight it, but like,
I just got a message from Vala. She's ready to go.
yeah, basically.
I get 4 brutal critical dice now.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
that's 40 damage just off the bat. 40 damage before any
Yeah.
rolls.
Just for some
Crazy.
evidence, I'm going to roll my d6 and my HP now
Okay, yeah, I trust you.
before
You don't
we
have to.
leave. 1.
You can reroll
Uh,
once. Remember, I always say you can reroll a 1. So if you get it again, you're stuffed. But
6.
there you go.
Nice.
Oh, sheet.
Yeah, I got
That's
a
awesome.
7
I-
on my
I-
D8.
I don't know if I'll do rolling HP. It just sucks. Like getting a fucking 1, you're just like that sucks. Like
I do
When the
quite
math
like
hits
just
straight
taking
off.
the average.
the average.
just
That's
being
what I'm
like,
thinking we'll do.
Now I know it's
I think
decent
that's what we'll do
throughout.
for campaign 3.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and also for anyone using the D&D Beyond overlay on the stream, we will have Supernova added to that list,
Super.
so you can
Yeah, we
go
just need
through
to
the
switch
character
over.
sheet properly and
we
see
just didn't want to do it
Yeah.
because it
next
would be
time.
a spoiler and stuff, so I didn't want to do it. too
Yeah.
I'm
much.
also
need
figuring
to
a few
update our
things out
graphics
as
as
well,
well.
like just tweaking.
Yeah, if
I
you need
think
to
I've
swap
done a
stuff,
couple of
Kim.
things wrong. So,
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm happy to talk to you about it and go through it with you. So
Amazing.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
Oh my
Yeah, thanks,
god.
everyone.
Oh, this
Level
is
9
amazing.
spells.
Yeah.
All right.
Landing darkness gone. Just gone.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't
that's
have
good
any.
though.
War
I think
Crimes.
that's good. Yeah, War Crimes was getting old, so right,
Very
cool.
old, very quick.
very old, very quickly. Thanks everybody. We will see you. We'll be back next week. Continue this and wrap up the RP with Thalia and Mesmera. But yeah, we'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
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 Goodbye.